We are now live.
Salam Malikum with magic, and salutations to all. I am Danuwoa Ami Sheps Ray, your host for today's 4 October 2023 Full Harvest Moon reading. Our moderator is Har Jed Sobek Ibn Ray, and we begin with the reading of our pledge. Begin all acts, breathing and thinking, by saying Kalum, parentheses all, by way of the infinity flame of the dwellers, enthroned in the flower of fire, by way of a universal traveler. Dweller-emperor, space, Sam Hu, Amini-Ray, quote, Ade Lo Yi, end quote. Zen Uru, smiley face. The pledge of the Imperial and Imperial royal flags for the Emperial CMYE-IRK Republic, for the country of United States, small s. As I stand beneath our sacred Imperial and Imperial royal flags, I vow loyalty and obedience as I watch them fly to the imperial laws of our Imperial and Imperial Constitution that governs our Imperial and Imperial Royal Empire. To this cause, I hold my head up high. With honor, I pledge to protect and defend all within the Imperial and Imperial Royal Kingdom, both family and friend, to ensure that all have their equal rights. To this cause, I will lay down my very life as I stand beneath our sacred Imperial and Imperial Royal and national flags. I vow loyalty, sincerity, and integrity with zeal. As I will, so mote it be. Chant the enchantment, and it is done. Chant the enchantment, and it is done. Chant the enchantment, and it is done. Ashe, so be it. So it is. It definitely shall be. Quote, Zen Uru, end quote. And power we shall have. Thank you. Yeesh. Know thyself. Smiley face. On behalf of the Imperial CMYE-IRK Republic, quote, the oldest independent autonomous-autothon nation on earth, end quote. We welcome and thank you all for joining us for this full Harvest Moon reading series. Tonight, we continue to reflect on the fulfillment of the 70 plus 7 plus 5 week prophecy of His Imperial Majesty's journey. During our scheduled reading for this shadow hour of the quote 70 plus 7 plus 5 week timeline, end quote, there will be brief pauses between slides to allow Q&A, questions and answers. We ask that you keep your mics muted, videos off, and accolades, comments, concerns, or questions reserved until such time. Therefore, the following house rules shall be implemented. First, we ask that you speak clearly and respectfully when addressing His Imperial Majesty. Next, for those logged into Zoom, we ask that you use the raised hand feature and wait for the host or moderator to call your appellation, parentheses, your name, prior to speaking. Please limit your questions to a maximum of 2 and focus on the subject at hand to limit any confusion and allow others to present their questions. Also, please state your appellation, parentheses, name, clearly before asking your question. Thank you for your attention and cooperation. And now, I have the honor, the privilege, and the pleasure to present to you the universal traveler, dweller, the absolute royal sovereign, (space), his Imperial Majesty, (space), Emperor, (space), Sam Hu Amini Ray, quote, Ade Lo Yi, end quote.
A dweller.
A dweller.
Salam alaikum magic.
Salam alaikum with magic, Emperor.
How you be?
Better and better. How are you doing today?
Come on, now, you better and better. Better and better. What's up?
We're getting there.
Salam alaikum with magic. Better.
Yeah. I yield.
Gratitude. Thank you for your presence. I would like to acknowledge Her Imperial Royal Princess, Huhaika Samson-L. Salam alaikum with magic, Her Imperial Royal Princess.
Salam alaikum with magic.
Magic.
Magic princess.
Salam alaikum with magic.
Magic.
Salam alaikum with magic.
Salam alaikum with magic.
Salam alaikum with magic.
Magic princess.
Gratitude. Gratitude, and we thank you for your presence. As we scan the Imperial and Imperial Royal Annuals, months of January 2022 through August 2022, we remind you to bear witness to the magic of the opening of the gates of hell that took place on 28 January 2022, on 29 January 2022. Storm Malik hurled through Scotland, signaling the curses and trials of our ancestors were released. Officials in authority, in quotation marks, followed suit with posthumously pardoning the witches of Scotland. Mother Earth Ta continues to balance and reveal secrets and cures to uplift humanity. Moreover, gates of hell opening included a catalyst of 1 million immortal fire deities, showcasing their presence, loyalty, and freedom to the Emperor, (space) Sam Hu Amini Ray, quote, Ade Lo Yi, end quote. Remember the smiley face on the sun. Remember the reveal of the, quotation marks, Phoenix Master, close quotation marks, and the unprecedented activity that has been occurring on the sun since February 2022. Check the record. All has been aligned with the 70 plus 7 plus 5 prophecy fulfilled. Every month, we express our Nama culture, giving gratitude and recognition to the changes of the planet, celestial energies, and the powers that are evolving to accommodate the Emperial CMYE-IRK Republic. As you can take a look, we're scanning through the previous slides that we have read. So much has happened throughout the timeline. So much has come to prophecy. So much astrology, numerology has aligned with his Imperial Majesty's journey. The journey of his Imperial Majesty is a unique one. We now continue with the 70 plus 7 plus 5 prophecy fulfilled timeline. At this time, will the first Nama please take the mic? You have the floor.
Assalamu alaikum, Magic family. We are forward again. Trust all is well with everyone. We definitely thank everybody for joining us again on our live call. And so this evening we will, or this shadow rotation, we will be beginning in the month of June. In the meantime, as we get to the slides, are there any questions or comments before we start? Protector, you there?
Of course I am.
All right, Legal Magic. My
Hey, ain't no, I'm sitting back waiting for the question. You know me.
Yeah, I got one for you.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you showed the slides and all the months we went over, so I said, I ain't got no question. All right, come on.
We got a YouTube question that says, why is the ECMYE-IRK Republic timeline important?
Because it comes to my seats, my rule. All the prophecies have been about my family and my seat. They've been writing about it on different levels. They just come pick upon who it is. They gave you a story. They stole the story, and then they gave you an image. They painted an image in your mind, and you perceive that image to be the truth. So my timeline is coinciding with me opening up the gates of hell and inheriting the 70 weeks that's prophesied in Daniel, that is coming of a Christ figure in the land. Okay, well, that's how the military look at me, as a Christ figure for what I've done. Not your Jesus image. That's an image. That's some character they put on the story that England stole, or the monarchy of England stole. King James, you want to call his name. You know, that character of the Bible, now the Holy Bible. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the timeline is important, because it's telling my story of me opening up, me growing, living in this world amongst everybody, eating with them, playing football, basketball, everything, chess, everything. Okay, coming up amongst them and raising up to my seat as the ruler of the world. Ain't just no ruler of the Emperial CMYE-IRK Republic. That's coming as the ruler of the world. That's the world government coming. So that's one of the main reasons, I'll say one or two of the main reasons that my seat, my timeline is so important, because you got to set the record straight. So it don't be, we ain't got all this illusion out here of someone attempting or wanting to believe in some image that don't exist. It's my damn bloodline, and I'm here to claim it. And I called everybody out about it. It's all written in the timeline. I gave him all the prophecies. Elijah, he came and called all of them when I did that. I told him to go bring their gods. None of them showed up. The only thing showed up was them and their anger, because I ain't the one they're looking for. See, they wanted somebody they picture that can be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Some being that's perfect. You know, so that's that image you want to die with, have with it. I got 26,000 years waiting on it. That's the punishment for the robbery and the so-called attempt to steal the royal family bloodline. So that answers your question for my timeline. That help you out.
That help out real good. I got one for you. Can you give us a little backstory on your coat of arms?
Oh, Sam who?
Sam who?
Dweller. That's that's the being that appeared to me when I was 7 going on 8. And they attempted to find out who that being was. Where you showing the slides, that being they call the devil, that's who they showed me when I told them how the dweller looked, or how I looked, because of me looking at myself. And that was outside of their doctrine. You feel me? So, you know, going through these years where they said cat got 9 lives, right? When I done had about 15 of them. You feel me? Niggas sitting 6 feet deep. You know what I'm saying? Stuff I done did that they doing I did, and they said 6 feet deep. You feel me? So, but it wasn't no miracle. It was me closing my eyes, or what was that word? Abracadabra. You know what I'm saying? And shit working, you know, and you're not knowing, and then you traveling, and then you know, everything comes around and you looking at you. So if you want to know how the soul look at my coat of arms. That's a dweller. Immortified being. You feel me? Then you know, so that's why I tell you with the master, he's a complete fire being. So he had to manifest from the dweller beings. You feel me? So that's why he kneeled, because he knew the command. You feel me? So so you hid him for so many years, because every time you talked about him, they looked at you like you crazy, or if you talk to some so-called wannabe leader, I mean, all the way up to Nation of Islam, I ain't call his name, all them characters, you feel me? You attempting to find out your mission, and all them characters run from you, or something wrong with you, or all this kind of stuff, you feel me? So, but everything I did worked. Nothing they did work. You know, so you knew that power or that existence within you. So when the light from the spaceship came and shined on me, you know, that you had to take yourself to another level then, you know, because you are different. You don't know how to explain it, but you are different. You feel me? I think anybody would kind of say they do it different than by then, right? So, and then when driving down the road, and you look at your hands on the steering wheel, and your hands fire. You look at your hand on the gear shift, because I was driving 5-speed, and your hand is on fire. So you know, you take your hand off the steering wheel and your hand off the gear shift, and you like, well, damn. So you're fired, but you're not burning the car, but you can still drive the damn car. You feel me? You can still shift the gears. So when I look in the rearview mirror, that's part of my visualization I do. I see my fire head, and I look down and my feet were fire. So I pulled off side of the road, and I jumped out the car, and I started running down the road with my hands up in there, trying to get somebody to help me put that damn fire, you know? So nobody stopped. So I walked back to the car. You know, back in them days, you ride down the road, you know, especially down from, you know, I'm from South County, so you know, we talk, you know, little small bibbles back then, you know. So I just ride with mine in the rip, my left windshield, and it was on sound 5. I went to pull my little bob out, that little bob out, and it was getting no sun coming down. So I kept my lights on, and I sat in front of my car, and I kept reading sound 5 until I came back to Darius. By that time, Khufu, you know what I'm saying, we're ready now, right? So you see, so you know you have some elevations to do, right? So and within that zone there, that's when I went home. You feel me? That's when I was standing there in the infinite flame of the Holy One, or the dwellers, enthroned in the flower of fire, to make it straight. The infinite flame of the dwellers enthroned in the flower of fire. I was standing there. But I wasn't just a dweller, I was like I'm looking at it now, I was sitting on top of the house. So when I started playing with the fire, like yo-yo, and you know, asking where am I at, there wasn't no death there.
No death?
You know, there wasn't no death there. There wasn't no death, whatsoever. It was just life. But the fire, when you look up at the sky in the heaven, that you say they call heaven now, where I was standing at, that's how far the fire and beyond. You know, so when you see our affirmation, I said, infinite flame of the dwellers is thrown in the flower of fire, because I was standing amongst them. And I said, who's with me? And all these fire heads just popped up here with meetings. You know what I'm saying? So now you see all that manifest. That was a clear vision that you see it manifest in your lifetime. That you went when you was in your early 20s. You know, now you're in your, well, you can't go no higher. You're at 58. You know, so you seen it manifest in your lifetime. So now you got to command these beings. So look at that rule I got, that I know I got, that's in me. But then I'm down in this body, okay, and I'm able to go both sides because I freed the master and then mortified beings. You feel me? So how do I look at my coat of arms? That's what the coat of arms is. It's not no damn lion or Dracula or rabbit or bull or bull that you see on all these coat of arms. It's a live being. It says your genealogy, right? That's coat of arms, right?
That was the next question. Can you explain what a coat of arms is?
You trace your genealogy. Okay. So when you see these coat of arms of these kings so-called in the world, that's showing you that where they came from.
So when we
fight the boy over there in England now. Okay. He got Drago down on the corner of his coat of arms. So that says what? He's not scared to say it. So why are you scared to say it? He says he's out of the bloodline of Drago or Dracula. It's right on his coat of arms. When people worship this guy, don't even read the coat of arms. See? That's why they say what? My people lost for life knowledge, right?
That is correct. Destroyed. All
right, so that's the coat of arms. So when you look at mine, well, that's where I come from. Because I am a dweller. And I told myself this back in 08, 09, said y'all, so I can grow into it finally. Because I've been hiding it, you know? So now it's time to come out of it. So then I have this, you know, create the image in my mind. And he, you know, you see the seal. And that blue kachina behind it, that star, that was just something. I told him to close his eyes, and we had like 10, you know, maybe 10 slides up. And I said, just pick one, you know? Yeah, you know me, I ain't like that. Just pick one. You did pick one. See what your energy is. And that's the one he picked. That's what I give him credit for. He never ever take credit for it. You know?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, it don't mean nothing to me. Just he drew my mind, like all the seals. He drew what I asked him to draw my mind. You feel me? So you part of the empire. You part of the empire back then, but he couldn't grow. Like a lot of people trying to get on, attempting to get on ship now. They can't. They stuck over there. But that coat of arms, that's what mine go back to. Okay, so you look at you like that boy, Trumpian boy. He claimed that coat of arms down in Mar-a-Lago. You see, so now that coat of arms, look at that scar that coat of arms got on it. Now that whole building, that coat of arms on it, which the family wanted to remove just in case something like this happened. But he wanted to sue to keep it. So they said with all the money, all he was trying to spend to keep it, they just said hell with it. But now you see why you have such honor and you don't put it in such ignorant ass people hands like you did with the Trumps. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because you ain't supposed, them cops ain't supposed to touch that land. You got a coat of arms up there, they ain't come across that gate. You see how I see me now?
Yeah.
So here you is and stole somebody's coat of arms, and you show Miami-Dade federal officers breaching a gate of a coat. See, that's it don't that ain't supposed to exist. Nobody caught that, did it?
Not at all. Not even peep about it.
They're so caught up in lust. So when you talking about the coat of arms, you know, I got one. So you had to have one. So you see mine go back in perpetuity. You feel me?
Copy that.
Help you out.
That helped me out. Thank you. And you have a few questions now and a hand raised. So I will yield the floor to the host and let it get to these questions.
Assalamu alaikum Magic Emperor. This is Ajed Sobeki Bray. We got a question from YouTube, from Who Solutions, asking, what is the significance of a nation's culture?
Oh, everything about you. It defines you. Defines how you eat, how you sleep, how you dress, your culture, your in their terms, religion, all that. We don't have it over here, but that's what your culture. That's why it's prominent. Outside of that, you eating on somebody else thinking. You feel me? You worshiping somebody else's thought. You gotta have your own culture. That's why we got normal culture. That help you out.
Yeah, definitely, Emperor. Thank you so much. There's another question from Nenya this year. Asks, why 26,000 years? You mentioned this before about 26,000 years being, whoever being cast to hell for 26,000 years. What is the significance of 26,000 years? What does it mean?
That's the earth going around its circle. See, it's like the earth go around the sun go around, got its own journey. Everything is moving, ain't nothing sitting still. But it takes 25,000 plus, I think 25,940, something like that, to go around. We just rattled off of 26,000. Yeah. So that may, you got, when I say I got to burn it out of you, I burn that spirit, that religion, that crap out of you, I got to burn it out of you. So I'm going to give you 26,000 years. That's a sun's journey, not an earth journey. So then if you got a soul, right? You got a soul. If you got a soul. All right, that's how you get that proof. Because if you got a soul, well, you get a chance to see my face again. If you ain't switched over, well, then I'm gonna condemn your soul to in perpetuity for 26,000 years. See what I'm saying? So that's proper for what's been done in the universe, and how the universe and the time in the universe. That's proper. Y'all look at it like, damn, it's a long time. No, it's not a long time. For some of the beings that you can't even think of, that has been from different galaxies and universes that's trapped into a human body now, when they got this called, they call this a prison planet. They turn Earth into a prison planet. So these beings, you think, that's like, look at the beings that Solomon had to fight, and you say the devil, right? You say the devil this, devil that, all your life. But if you go look at some of them demons that Solomon had to lock up, he put a whole new definition on what the devil means. So you got beings from galaxies that you can't even think of. Got more power than you could imagine. So so I'm looking at all that. People think I'm just looking at Earth. No, Earth, it's already doomed. Okay, so all that hope, trying to put everything in your child name, trust, and all that shit. That's them days up. There ain't no future in it. Not with where the universe going, because you came out of the Piscean era. See, the universe is moving. You're in the Aquarian age now, officially. So you still holding on to Piscean era, emotions, thoughts, spirit, everything, and you're not willing to trans over. So you got to go. If you can't move with the universe don't respect the person. Feel me?
Get burned out.
Huh?
You get burnt out.
You say you get burnt out?
Yeah, out of existence. If you cannot move with the times.
You burn yourself out.
You burn yourself out, yeah.
Now I had a question weeks ago. Brother said, well then if you get burnt out, where that spirit go? Back to where it came from. That's the only way we can hold it. The dwellers is it you got to be pure again. Once it went through all them transitions, whatever, when it come around us, it has to be pure, like we gave it out. So whatever that journey was, if it took 1,000,000 years, whatever, it's no different to us. Because time don't mean nothing on our turn. But when you burn yourself out. Remember I told you that I seen that on the sun? Like I said, they were fading one, remember? Then when I read the Emperial, he said there was one of those who burnt themselves out of existence.
Yeah.
So now you ask yourself, how can you stop a soul who's been enslaved in a spirit thought not to want to go out of existence? How can you stop it? Why would you stop it? 'Cause you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have your own journey, everybody.
Right.
You just been programmed to take some religious path, and you want everybody to get saved at the same time. So that's we call that ignorant. You dumb as hell, or you gotta be ignorant. And I don't care what college you went to and got whatever degree you got, you still gotta be the ignorant motherfucker in the world to think that some God came and died for you and gonna save you from the shit you done did. I mean, you look at the racism and these Caucasian mentality. Wherever you go, they try to hide it, but they can't. And then you see the niggas, African Americans, they constantly trying to bend their way to be accepted by them. You know what I'm saying? So they don't even deserve your damn privileges. You see? Because they disrespect them and dishonor your damn privilege. See, because them privileges that they got from Al-Marak or the emperor was only for the office of the executive, legislative, and what's the other? Judicial. All right, that was it. Now they didn't let it go down to their citizens. Now their citizens walk around like they're special. You got to talk to them a certain way. Or they can call you a nigga, but you can't call them a goddamn cracker. Okay? Or you get speeding at 50, you get a ticket at 70, Caucasian guy get a ticket at 70, your ticket is 500, his ticket $5. You feel me? All that racism shit that you got going on around here, and time is up. And you got all the African American leaders out there scared to call them out. Why? Because they ain't never pawns, hoping that some Caucasian guy died for that dumbasses. You feel me? And they ain't know they ain't know holding up progress. Then you got the Moors and all that shit that they're doing the same thing, trying to get a leader that's gonna take them nowhere. Now I can go through the Islam, nation, all of them. I done called them all out. They scared to come and talk to me because they ain't got no damn venue. But now they done lost the opportunity to talk to me because I ain't got time for them no more. When I had time, they ran. Now I ain't got time, so I burn them. That's the whole point people don't see. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to move ship to coincide with my rule. That's why I told you, my uncle said, when he had that vision, you got a rule coming. Well, that's what I'm coming to now. When I say I'm coming to my seat. My seat is my rule. Not just over the Republic, over the whole damn world. We should turn into the Republic. And they're gonna fight about it. And they're gonna act like it's about something else. They're gonna fight some more. And they're gonna act like it's something else. They're gonna fight some more. They're gonna get to the point in the very near future, in a very couple of days from now, you're gonna see a third war start. Why? Because I'm coming to my damn seat. And there ain't nothing they gonna do. Ain't nothing that can stop it. Ain't nothing general, all that crap. You see all that teaching. None of that stuff phases me. Because all the generals gotta die too. All the presidents gotta die. All the kings gotta die. All the queens gotta die. All that shit gotta die. And it's dying out. That's why I say I got time. Because then they gotta come to my seat and talk to me. So they don't see me now, I ain't gonna see them then. You feel me? So you already know where they're going. So why you worry about them? You should be worried about yourself, right?
Definitely. Save yourself.
Because I'm here, I'm a non-earth keeper. This is the earth. We got to keep it straight. And now if I got to call all the dwellers, well, we get rid of y'all in a blink of an eye. But I got a trial a test I'm going through, and I ain't figured that one out all the way yet. But so, those on the journey with me, some of you starting to irritate the fuck out of me. But, because you keep trying to bring all these damn emotions and your thought pattern like you mean something, like them damn Caucasian people, you've been trained so damn long. And, it just don't make sense. When you can't drop that madness and learn how to run your ship. You feel me? I yield. What else you got?
Yeah, we got just in relation to the 26,000 years, question from Zahub in the Zoom chat. Does 26,000 years have anything to do with the original part of Nibiru called Arms? 26,000 years. I
didn't calculate nothing with Nibiru. Nibiru secrets is secret.
Mm.
Someone came along and tried to tell you certain things, even Chief Black Eagle, about Nibiru. He was only giving that through Murdoch, in the incarnation of Murdoch. And ain't like Murdoch was on Nibiru, okay? He was only giving you stories of it. So the secrets. So there ain't too much you need to know about anything dealing with Nibiru, but Enki and Enlil and then Hassak, the three that came here, you feel me? For a mission, you know, ended up creating you. Don't get past them, because get past them, they the one who granted you, they the one who gave you that blood. So you got to get to know that blood to get to know them. All them questions you ask is like Buddha, or what they say Sam Who said, remember?
Mm-hmm.
When you go into the state of nothingness, everything become known, right?
That's right. First, though.
They help you out.
Yeah, this helps us out a great deal. Thank you, Emperor. There's another question from YouTube from Dur Anki. Is this paradigm shift mental, magic, or both?
Well, my fire comes out everything and everything. I mean, I got my own fire. And so don't limit yourself with a belief system, you know, because I broke them all. Because none of them stopped me. So my light beyond all that light. So it's mental, physical, spiritual, whichever way, everything. On the transition, you run your own ship, your own self. You gotta let go of everything. Whatever they taught you, gotta let it go. And or like we do, normatize it. You feel me? Because you taught them, so you left a lot of stuff behind that they don't fully understand. That now that you learn it again, you know it's yours when there's no way. Make sense?
Makes sense. Makes sense. Thank you, Emperor. One more question. That's a raised hand. Then your IMEC power, you have your hand raised. You have the floor.
Hector, what prompts you to state, and I quote, when you're standing in the infinite flame of fire, who's with me? What prompted you to make that state? Man,
I was so powerful, man. Man, I was invincible. Man, I mean, they wouldn't. I told you, they ain't no death. That's because they wouldn't know. They couldn't reside in the body I was in or myself. You feel me? When I say they wouldn't no death there, because death couldn't exist in me.
Correct.
You know, also down. It was like as I said, where am I? Because you couldn't even visualize this type of energy that you were able to consume in a body. You know what I'm saying? So you know, that's why I say I started like threw my hands out and like a yo-yo. You know, yo-yo, fire went out, come right back. Now I'm like, oh, interesting. I said, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? You there. Saying the words I just said, you know? So all these people, you curse, you do this, you do that. Ain't nobody worried about that shit but you.
Exactly. Right.
Cause I'm the same person. I'm like, oh shit, where the fuck am I at? You feel me? You ain't like, oh damn, no. You good? You know what I'm saying? I got to tell somewhere. You know, so what the fuck you gonna say? No. So, so I'm at, like I said, and then you remember I told you the other month.
Yeah.
I said I went there again, and they showed me my light, and I said tears came in my eyes, nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
I said, so what? I said you couldn't even perceive it. What they showed me that's getting ready to happen with my light. So if you can't see my light, remember I started saying it right after that. Remember?
Exactly.
I said, if you can't see my light, I can't see you.
Exactly. It's on the record. It's on the record. We were on a call when you stated that right after
you gave us that light I just seen. If you can't see my light, I can't see you. So that make you gonna burn it. That make you gonna burn out existence. Whoever you is, whatever title you got, whatever name you got, doesn't matter. You gonna burn out existence, and ain't nothing you can do to stop it. Because you didn't originate it. You was created from it. So you can never be the executive over.
Exactly.
Make sense?
Makes sense. Thank you, Protector. I yield.
Thank you, Emperor. Then it's your job. We have no questions in the Zoom chat nor the YouTube. Floor is yours. Thank you.
All right. So with that being said, we will begin with our month of June 2023. On the 1st through the 2nd, Mars was in the Beehive cluster. The planet Mars passed through the Beehive clusters of stars located in the constellation of Cancer. On the 3rd, we had a strawberry full moon, which on that day, we had a live core reading of the timeline for the 70 plus 7 plus 5 week prophecy that began 28 January 2022. And on the 4th, Venus was at its greatest elongation east. Venus shined brightly as the evening or quote evening star, appearing at its furthest distance from the sun. That was a cool time. We got to see Venus on the Soho telescope, and we kind of followed that. It stayed in one place for a moment in time. We were tripping out about that. And as you can see, we all the way back in June, so we've been at this timeline for a moment in time. All right, we can go to the next slide. Anybody have any questions on these couple that we just went through?
But yeah, I got something. But to set the record straight, okay. You start this timeline, you know, y'all was really vague on it, remember? And then, you know, we had a couple line calls and y'all messed up. So we kept going, but you know, so if they've been looking at the journey, they can see y'all when we first came out. Some of y'all thought I was too hard and calling you out on the line, all that kind of stuff. But it didn't make a difference to me because I told you, if you mess up, I'm gonna show you up, right? And, you know, so if you try to embarrass me, I'll embarrass you, you know. So you know, they'll get your shit straight. You feel me? So I ain't here to play games with you. So you can, if they can see y'all development, and you know, behind the scenes working on this timeline, because you got to stamp it into the annuals. You feel me? So like now, we're gonna, once we stamp it in, we finish, we stamp it in. Okay, we might have an update a year from now, maybe 2 years from now. You know, you don't know because other people don't know about my journey, our journey, and they get our journey and start reading it, and they're gonna know other things that happen in the universe, other things that happen during my dates, that certain things were going on that we unaware of. You feel me? Because they were paying attention, we didn't have time to, you know. And then they gonna read whatever going on with us. They gonna like, well, damn, that coincided and fell into his timeline. This fell into his timeline. Well, damn, that fell into his timeline. You feel me? So then we're gonna have to do an update to update the annuals because certain things we didn't get that other people got. They just don't know where to place it at right now. You feel me?
Sure indeed. Sure indeed. Appreciate that, Protector. All right. On the 11th, quote, a perfect storm, end quote. Hundreds of thousands of fish washed up on Texas beach over the weekend as a, quote, perfect storm, end quote, of weather, water, and temperature conditions depleted the oxygen they needed to survive. Yeah, as we go forward, this summer was one of the hottest summers on record. I mean, we've seen ocean temperatures. Ocean temperatures hit 100+ degrees. So you can imagine the animals living inside that habitat, how they were feeling. And here you have a whole bunch of fish that just, they washed up there. Look at this. So
I ain't even got hot yet. that would just give you a warning of when I do get hot, because you know me in the ocean. You feel me? Like, you messing with the wrong being here. You feel me? So, you know, me in the ocean. That's I moved the ocean. I moved the Pacific Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean in one lifetime. And like I said, my boys is real heavy. Said even my precious Jesus ain't did no shit like that. Ain't nobody before him and after him did no shit that you did. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, so I got real connection with Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, the whole oceans of the world. You feel me? So that's why I say when I moved to Atlantic Ocean, that was my y'all none of y'all around. No. No, 5. He went around me then. Around me. Well, ain't nobody around me since then. The one was not dead. I mean, it comes from family, but they understand it then no damn way. Damn sure understand it now. So, moving the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean in a week. I moved the Pacific. Well, my nephew can tell you about. My nephew in Florida can tell you about the Pacific Ocean. When I moved it, him, his aunt, and his cousin, because they were young. She was young. She was around 15, I think, during that time. So she probably remember all that. And then coming on the Atlantic side, because I had to drive 18 wheelers, and I drove from, well, I parked in LA to Jacksonville, Florida, and went down on Jacksonville Beach and moved to Atlantic Ocean. And right after I moved that ocean, a hurricane, I think, car came in and wiped the whole boardwalk away, and they ain't never rebuilt it. You feel me? So, so that was significant. You feel me? So that type of energy that's here now, and now I lit the fire. Maybe say you can't go out.
Can't go out.
So you can't go out. So you tell me, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know how I'm going in this thing to move to the next level, but it's coming to me. So as we going through these calls and getting there, but I got something at the end to move, close this out and keep going. Cause I got to roll. But I'm giving everybody a warning. I ain't here to play. I ain't here for you. I ain't your savior. I'm here for my rule. You feel me? And so I'm coming to my seat, whether you like it or not. Don't make me no difference. You know what I'm saying? So if I don't see you, I ain't gonna see you on my ship. If you ain't on my ship, that make you don't exist. That makes sense to you?
That makes sense.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
We can move forward to the next one. All right. On the 13th, former de facto President Donald Trump is arraigned and indicted on 37 counts of federal charges ranging from fraud, espionage, and improper handling of classified documents, fulfillment, in parentheses, of imperial prophecy made by His Imperial Majesty, stating that the U.S. government was going to come after Trump. Quote, watch what they do to him. We put him, but he's like, watch what they do to that boy. They gonna, you know what I mean? So, and we've watched that, watch him get trapped in the four corners and everything. So you reference 15 January 2023, quote, dash four corners trap. What does His Imperial Majesty want them to know? Article 2, Section 4, impeachment. His Imperial Majesty is on the de jure side, a constitutional challenge for the de facto, and he had the constitutional power to exercise that right.
Well, okay, that's gonna confuse people. I got how you wrote it. We can understand it, but when I'm listening to you, it's gonna kind of confuse people. Article 2, Section 4 is when the President of the United States has violated those office. Okay, under the Mueller did the Mueller report, it showed clear evidence that he had violated Article 2, Section 4. But by the United States not having no constitution, nobody brought up that article for for them to review to see for impeachment. So that's why I told the girl at the post office, I told you right then, and everybody on the call, as soon as they get that, what I sent to them, I said, they're going to shut that case down. I said, they got to. And y'all say, why? I said, because I got authority to operate the Constitution. So I challenged that authority, and you see what happened then. So that was me challenging that I had the 4, small u. You see? So behind the scene, they didn't understand that. Some of y'all did. But it's making sure, and for once and for all, that I own the Constitution for small u, United States of America, which has treaty law, and it has 100 million to go. So that 48-star flag, that's why it fly the way it does. You feel me? So I show you that office, like the Pope said in the letter, that office that had no merit, but they had to make it look good with that Attorney General boy. You feel me? So Now to make it look good, you're talking about that Attorney General boy that he had at that bar, somebody's name, and shut it down. See, but under our court system, we can bring that. I'll bring that to our court system unredacted, because you can't redact. That's good faith performance. Remember, that's good faith performance. Coming out obligations and treaty. So that was a clear violation of that, showing that you didn't have no what? You didn't have no authority. Like the Pope said. You feel me?
Right.
So when I said they were coming after him, that was because at the end of his term, and he didn't get reelected, he gave up the whole government back to Morocco that established the United States. Okay? He gave that up when he made King Mohammed VI of Morocco chief commander. And then King Mohammed VI made him out of the order of Muhammad, which that ain't gonna save him from the United States.
I got a quick question for you. When you say the order of Muhammad, is that like a knighthood or something?
It's like a knighthood under Muhammad, the king. So, but it ain't saving him from this prosecution. You feel me?
Right.
So, and I told y'all then, I said, well, what he just did, you just wait and see what they gonna do to him. You remember? Now y'all see what they did to him is that they came and locked him in 4 corners. And I told you, I said, he locked in 4 corners. Once they lock you in 4 corners, you can't get out. Only thing he can do now is milk his people. They so dumb, they don't mind being milked no way. All right, that help you out.
Yeah,
so that help you out what you were saying?
Yes.
So you got it live, you got it on tape, so make sure we update that, all right?
Yep. Cool. All right, we can move on to the next slide, unless anybody has any questions about what the protector just spoke about.
No questions in the Zoom chat nor the YouTube. Thank you.
Cool. All right, so then we continue on to the 17th.
Oh man, we must got some smart people out here. Damn. Y'all ain't got no damn question. Wow. Nobody got no damn question. So that makes you understood everything I just said.
I have a question. My hand's raised. This down the wall, Ray. Speaking about this case, can you break down the 4 corners? You were telling us about the 4 corners one time. Can you break that down?
Okay, you tell me the arrest. Give me the 4 arrests. First one was what?
Introduction.
What was the arrest?
Oh, New
Porn
York.
star. Right,
Hush
porn
money.
star.
Yeah, the hush money for Stormy Daniels.
Right. Introduction, right?
Yes.
Next one.
Mar-a-Lago.
Having documents. Yeah.
Statement of facts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What's the next one?
Is that the is
remedy?
What's the next? What was his arrest? 3rd one. What was it?
Was it the voter?
Indictment on the January 6th riots.
There you go.
And then the last
that
one.
Was what? That was remedy.
That was
remedy.
Why? Because you got all them officers in there get remedy now, right?
Mm.
That's a remedy case, right?
Yeah.
All right. What's the last one?
Tampering with the electorate of Georgia.
Conclusion.
He trapped in what? 4 corners. He can't get out.
Right. The last one they hit him with was Rico.
Can't even get out. That's what I tell you. 4 corners. Soon as I heard, I said, what I tell y'all? That's Rico. He got that guy in 4 corners now. I said, so that's what they were working on behind the scenes. The Department of Justice. See, they talking all that shit out there on Facebook. He follows all that shit. Nah, them cats was behind the scenes structuring how to lock this nigga down in 4 corners. And they successfully done it in live time. You feel me? For so now y'all got it, and I got it live here in the world to get it, but we'll see how many understand it, right?
Yes.
Cause you know they gonna get out there and start talking like they deep, right?
Well, you know Donald Trump got trapped in the 4 corners. All experts now.
Gratitude, I yield.
All right, any more questions? You want that hard work, Donald?
The question
You
in the chat.
want that hard work?
No. Very informative.
Yeah.
I guess why I say I just got listeners or followers, they ain't asking no questions or what they doing. What's up?
So the questions in the Zoom chat from Atun Ray asking, so are they bringing RICO charges on Trump? Trumpy boy.
See, he need. That's why I tell you, think before you speak. Because he need to go look at news. He need to follow something to come and ask me that question. You feel me? When that's been out there all over the world. You feel me? they almost at the 3rd stage in that case, right? You gonna ask me that question? Come on, who that? Atun?
Yes, bro.
Yeah,
They got a ring on the fourth trap and traps for the court. Was Rico charging? He said, is Donald Trump gonna get charged with Rico? Come on, we just said it. 4 corners, right?
Yep.
Talking about the doctor. Come on, what you got?
I was gonna say, and as of yesterday, they've been finalizing all the different participants. What do you call them? Co-defendants, the people that they gave deals to. They've been finalizing that as of yesterday. So.
Really?
Yeah, they got a couple more people that
you have a lot more turn.
Yeah.
You have a whole lot more turn in that case. See, they scared now to fear because he got the Al Capone mentality. You feel me? So once that fear leaves and they come in and talk to them people and show them what they got. I mean, he brought all this on himself. So if anyone want to go down for that, you just keep moving. You feel me?
Right.
His ego got that. Because if he would stayed out, he would never came to president, he could have ran that mob stuff all the way through. You feel me? Once he tried to turn it and bring it over to the government side, Daddy Bush couldn't do it. Why the hell he think he can do it? That's Officer of the President of the United States, dog. Ain't no damn mob seat. You know what I'm saying? That's a vizier seat. You can't come take what we gave you and turn it into a mob seat. You crazy? You just did get away with it with Officer of the President. You feel me? Y'all don't understand that, do you? Y'all don't understand that, do you?
No, can you explain it?
They stole your privileges.
Right.
So when they lost that contract, they tried to take it to another tier. And the only one they had left was the mob. Or mob form, pyramid form, you know all that? Because they lost, they ain't got no more status on your worth now. But they control the military and they control the police. So they run it through fear. But they ain't got no authority to do nothing. They lost all their authority. China and all of them call them a bluff now. They ready to go to World War III, kill everybody. But they want people to believe a lie. The United States don't have no damn sovereignty. They are a corporation fiction government operating as an oligarch on a trust factor and controlling the whole world through birth certificate contract. No bull.
Emperor, I have a quick question.
Jenny, what's up?
Assalamu alaikum with magic. So in that space right there, because if he would have had that so-called real status on his de facto side, he would have never been charged, right? Is that correct?
No, you can't. If he, that's why he don't. That's why when he went to a reign, that show you he ain't no sovereign. He a citizen just like everybody else. But he was attempting to do that because the United States lost their credibility because their authority they get granted. They never had. They lost that. They lost it before I got it. But they was operating it because through the military. When I came through and got it, the military signed me in. They had to. It wasn't something they wanted to. They had to based on law. So I came out and claimed that seat. And they went up with one seat. That was it. So I came out and claimed it properly. Chief Black Eagle had a chance to do it when he had the Yams of government. Because we did have that contract and treaty with the Washington. So he would have known that and grew into it like I did and then moved it to another level. You feel me? But then so I came along and finally solidified that contract. That makes sense to you?
Oh, yes. It makes sense. And for all intents and purposes, in the solidification of that contract, you're saying that when you were at the State Department, is that level right there?
Oh yeah, when they signed it, when they authenticated and made the state, that was all. That was it. It was on you after that.
Right. Okay.
See,
mm-hmm.
when General Powell, Secretary of State Powell, signed the apostille, that formed a state. They can't. That Supreme Court state acts of state to wit, where no state can sit in the seat of another state. Where that became that instanter that came into form.
Right.
All right.
Makes sense.
So that's when we were telling folk back then that Chief Black Eagle could have walked himself out of jail. They didn't understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Still don't understand it.
Right.
You're starting to get a little bit of it now, right?
That's correct, Emperor.
See,
then they property.
We
Right.
gave him the authority to walk himself right out of jail. He could have signed himself out.
That's right. So that was my last question too. When it says a constitution challenge for, when you read the slide here, at the last sentence it says a constitutional challenge for de facto, and he had the constitutional power to exercise that right. So if he would have had that the constitutional power to exercise it.
No. I don't know where you're going with that. No. He had the authority of a state. We didn't make him no constitution. We made him head of a state. By him being head of a state, you can't hold the head of a state. You cannot incarcerate a head of a state on false pretense. You read diplomatic protocol, he had diplomatic authority from his state to walk himself out of jail. They was holding a de facto corporation fiction name that ain't got no ties to him as a live being. None. His birth certificate says York. So he has no tie to any of that. So as a chief of his own state who got authenticated by Georgia and authenticated by the Secretary of State of the United States on my behalf becoming a state, well, me doing our work behind the scene made his position that we gave him more powerful or more prominent. Okay?
Right.
More so what we thought we gave him. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So now he had a full commission from the United States and the state of Georgia to operate as Chief Black Eagle. at that time under a constitution of the United Women Nation Moors. So he had to reestablish that constitution, which he didn't under the government. What? Because he didn't activate the seat. He didn't get accredited like I'm doing. He didn't systematize the government. The Klan went over there attempting to systematize whatever they want to follow that de facto board down in Georgia, but the government just said still idle. You feel me?
Yeah.
I couldn't touch it. A moon tried, attempted to touch it, and I shut his ass down. Okay. That boy down in Florida with that similar crap that married one of that de facto boy daughters down there. He tried to put the number on paper, and I shut his ass down. You feel me?
Right.
Them Yamasee crazy Moors running up to the UN trying to represent the 208 number. I shut them niggas down. You know, shutting them down, not talking to them. You understand? Because they got to show proof. So they go try to show proof to their followers, but they haven't showed proof to the UN. They haven't showed proof to the State Department. So they couldn't show proof they have connection to me. So that make what? They shut their ass down, right? Sound good?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
You all right? So
yes.
when you look at that, Majetti, we gave him that authority to come from a state position, like a head of state talking to the governor of Georgia, head of state talking to the president. He ain't got to talk to no damn secretary of state. He have his own secretary of state to talk to the secretary of state. Feel me?
Right.
See, but they didn't want us to show how to and teach him because they held us back from talking to him, and they still mad about it to this day. So we ain't got no deal with him no more. I ain't had no deal with him since 2003 when I went into court for chief, because I seen all them sellouts, or I call them agents. Okay, and let me clarify what I mean by agent.
Okay.
I said agents is what? If you got a social security card and you got a birth certificate,
right?
Well, you're an agent, and you can be flipped at any time. All right.
Okay.
You come over here and get nationalized, I know you ain't no damn agent. Outside of that, you're an agent. You can claim Jesus, Muhammad, Dr. York, Farrakhan, any damn name you want. You're still an agent. To Britain, because you're living off your birth certificate. You feel me?
Right. Just waiting on that. My next question. That was it right there. That's how you're an agent, because you got your.
You can't function without your master.
That's correct.
You try to claim another master like he's some great invisible God gonna save you from yourself, but you never got outside the master that you swore to. They gave you a social security card. They gave you a driver license to drive, all that crap. You ain't never got away from that. You're an agent.
That's right.
Take it or let it alone, right?
That's right.
Or take it or leave it alone. Whichever way make you feel good. Y'all all right out there?
Oh yes, Emperor.
Yes.
Oh yes.
I'm getting ready to cut my light on.
Oh, cool.
I'm getting ready to cut my light on. I've been traveling, so been busy. Show must go on, though, right?
That's correct, Emperor.
Yes.
See, ever do it, damn it, how you do it, right?
That's right. That's right. Them facts. Well, I don't realize you actually do everything you say you do.
That's how I'm grown. I mean, when you talk about shamans like I do, you don't play. So when they tell you something to do or say, you learn to be powerful in your words, because you can't. The worst person you can lie to is yourself. So as you grow older and you see things open up to you and happen for you, you know deep inside you did what you was told to do properly. You feel me? And you have manifest yourself up to this level. You know what I mean? So that's like me going to the ocean. You know, chilling, just feeling the energy to be able to let everything go. I mean, let everything go because the ocean can take it. Ain't nothing you got going on, the ocean can't handle.
Interesting.
So you got to go there and spend time with the ocean.
That makes sense.
Oh wow, he just
Yeah, he just killed that, right? That makes so
yeah,
much
he did. He killed it on that one.
Oh man.
Now you know where to go, right? You got some people go to, where you go? I don't do this. Look there, look at the water. Oh, watch the women, all that bull crap. So you don't know what's going on.
Right.
You don't know what's going on. So you leave them in that misery, right?
Right.
But you always find them coming up on you when you're out there doing your stuff, don't you?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you do. Yes, you do. Every single time.
What you know, I don't know. Won't come nowhere near you until you out there doing your stuff. And then they get nosy. Like they own the ocean, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't allow that racism to distract you from your connection to the universe and the earth. Because they ain't got no damn connection. They trying to figure out how you got connection.
Right.
So if you got it, well, they ain't got it. Because the only thing they got over you is lust. That's money. That's all they got. They ain't got nothing else. And you give up your whole damn soul for that damn privilege. For 50 years, then your ass out of here, right? Somebody got to carry you down the damn aisle. I'm sorry, kids.
No, I see it because it speaks to, you being accountable, for yourself and not, forcing someone else to be accountable for you. So I see it. Makes sense.
But seeing it and living is two different things.
Of course.
You've been seeing it all your life.
Right.
Now you got to live it. That's where the problem comes in at.
That's correct. That's where the challenge.
That's where the challenge comes in at. Why? Because you like lying to yourself.
Right. So used to
You know
lying
what I'm saying? Because you lie so damn much, you don't know how to tell. You don't even know how to tell the truth no damn more.
Right.
And it's across the board. Then they tell you go before that court and say, I swear to tell the truth. You be laughing like, really?
Right.
Like, really? You expect me to stand here and tell you the damn truth? You must be out your damn ass. This Bible here, wait, put break. That's why they don't bring it out no damn more.
Right.
Give me your imagination. Because the judge is lies damn self. How the hell you gonna tell the truth to a damn fraudster? Y'all don't get mad at that though. Y'all get mad at simple stuff. You won't get mad at them taking your whole birthright contract, disposing as they please, and treating you like damn second-class citizen, and you just satisfied with crumbs fall off the slave master table. That shit been going on for a year. It's just changed the format. You feel me?
Yes.
You got more house niggas out there now that got the big matches and shit. Because the only thing they know how to show up with is their fancy cars or boat. They ain't got nothing else. You like, well, damn. So getting rich, getting a boat, because booty ain't changed, your penis ain't changed, all that stuff ain't changed. So what's the point? You feel me? Oh, just to live a luxury life now and then die famous? Okay. Feeling suffering, but what's the outcome of that? You feel me? You ain't got no salvation, neither one of them, right?
Right. Correct.
That's why I say, when a man die, how can you tell if it was a wise man or a fool?
Right. Oh, nice.
You heard them a long time, right?
No, I have not. That was powerful words of wisdom.
All right, come on, what you got?
Well, I yield, Emperor. Got a little meat on my bone. I'll let someone else have questions. I have more later.
Thank you, Eddie. We've got a question in the chat. Jerry's Ray's asking, what is your connection to nature and the four major elements: air, earth, water, especially fire, and can you manipulate them?
Every breath I take, I manipulate them. That's what I'm growing into. That's why we practice need, food, time, move, set. These are your four levels that you're supposed to know memorize. Okay? So that's part of you crossing through know thyself. The door is Nifu Muset. So mastering the knowing the meaning of the word and mastering it, well, that's what you're doing now. So I gave you that in your affirmation. So that's giving you the opportunity to master a part of your being that you was given in your blood. That makes sense to you? So I am nature. That's why I say I'm a Nama Earth keeper, because I'm Nifu Muset. Feel me?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes, I feel you. Indeed. But I just had to hear it again. So I remember you mentioned this before, and I understand that how you connected with nature, and how since I've seen you on the scene from my time period, how nature works around you and works with you, and it's been documented on our timeline. It's been documented on our timeline. It's been documented on our 70 plus 7 plus 5 week prophecy. So yeah, thank you.
But you gotta ask yourself your development. You've been on the ship this long, so you can see the improvement in your life or in your studies and your knowledge. So are you comfortable where you at?
As far as my studies?
No, in your development, your growth.
Oh yes, I am comfortable. I'm very comfortable in my development growth. I could do better. I know I could do better. But no, I'm to be honest, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm not comfortable because I'm not comfortable. I ain't gonna lie to myself. I'm not comfortable because I know my potential. I know myself and what I can do, and I allow little things to slow me down. But you know, I do my best to work at it, and because being uncomfortable makes me want to be comfortable. So no, I'm not comfortable. But I can see the growth. I can see the knowledge I have been experiencing and taking it, working on myself and working on. I'm not too busy worrying about the ones around me, but working on myself and how, of course, this government, because that's all I've been seeing every day I wake up. So, yes. It's a process.
Better and better.
Indeed.
That's good. And that's real. That's real. You can see yourself. As long as you can see yourself, you're developing. You can't see it. You just in la la land, you know, hoping something gonna come along on the affirmations or the call that's gonna snap something inside of you. You feel me? You know. But you know, you can see it, and you know, like I said, you know you're on the ship. You know you're on the ship. You know me, I ain't gonna deny your past. But it's when you want me to question should you be on the ship, then that's when I'm like, why you gonna bring me to that? Why you want me to make that decision? You feel me?
Indeed. All I can say, I'm always accountable for my own actions, nobody else. So, what you see is what you get, and you're gonna see improvement. And
well, that's what they got with me. They want to see this perfect. You gotta look at me though. That's what they want with me. You know what I mean? They want this perfect being. You know what I'm saying? Clean, white, perfectly teeth, perfect hair, perfect dress, perfect everything. So they can say, "Oh, that's what, that's why they're accustomed to. You is who you is in your body at all times. A car shouldn't make you. Clothes shouldn't make you. You know what I'm saying? You should make the clothes. You should make the car. You know what I'm saying? You go play and say, oh, so-and-so here. He's so, you need to come meet him. You should be at the mindset saying, I come to your show, but it ain't me wanting to meet him. It's him getting the opportunity to meet me. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's right.
Right.
And to be real,
you get that mindset, now you see there ain't nobody special than you. It ain't nothing about it. You ain't got to be arrogant with anything. You just see yourself first because you talking about your soul. You feel me?
Absolutely.
If it come out of your soul, you should like nobody come mess with your soul. That makes sense to you.
Indeed. Makes a lot of sense.
Then you do.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I appreciate it, Emperor. Appreciate it for your wisdom.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Emperor, there's a question in the chat by Harkov, Nanya Harkov Shu Shalray. Salam alaikum magic. H.E.M. All caps. With you being on the scene, did that have an influence on the nomination of Air Force General Charles Q. Brown Jr. as the new chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff?
I kind of say yeah. They gotta get people to talk to me. So you gotta get people that's can talk to me. Because see, now he gotta talk to General Brown of the Guard, who represent me. Because that's who I appointed. You feel me? So, and then I got to appoint Indigenous Marshal, who got to deal with the Pentagon Joint Chiefs of Staff. You feel me? You there?
Appreciate it, Emperor. Yes.
All right, what else we got? Come on.
There's no more questions in the Zoom chat nor the YouTube.
Okay. Got one more.
Thank you.
I got two, but you got one more in the chat. It says, might have missed this question and answer, but how did Trump try to become king?
Oh.
Thank you.
Hold on, man. I'll switch the computer. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
I can't hear you, Joe. Get my volume. How about now?
We can hear you.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So Trump and the king. Well, when I sent him the Declaration Decree, well, I ain't sending it to him. I sent it to Obama, but he got it because he's in office. So they sent it down to Miami when I sent it to Obama. So, when in his speech, he said he got to write a new decree. Yeah, we're gonna write a new decree. He didn't tell you who he was talking to. Well, he said we're gonna write a new decree. Okay. If you understand the office of the president, they don't write decrees. They write orders. You feel me? So, I knew right then that he was trying to steal the seat because he knew he didn't have no seat, So it was high time that he could take over the presidency, because we talked to Putnam they told him that the United States signed in a state that gave them more power than them. They knew the United States had no more existence. Seriously. The whole world knows. Okay? So when he tried to steal the election, when he tried to steal the seat, it's when he was putting certain people in the positions. And if you was on the call, we was talking about little stuff like that I was telling like some people he's trying to get in this position. And if he can get this office taken care of, he might pull it off. And and then Nancy came in and she stopped the appointment of that boy to what was it, Homeland Security or Defense, Secretary of Defense. She cut that out. She stopped that nomination and said he was moving too quick. Okay. That said he was moving too quick. You know, he couldn't get appointed that quick, put it that way. And so that's why I stopped that whole process. You get ready to see it all in the court case. Everything I'm saying. So if he could have got the King, what's that boy name? King Arthur. They call it King Arthur codes, or they call it the Black Christian codes now. Okay, so them codes is the authority that was granted to the office of the president. So he, like the president, become king. But then they downgraded over the years. You know, you had the articles in the Constitution you live by. But he was attempting to get that King Arthur code. And if he could have got there, he could have called martial law. If he would call martial law, it would have been him and that, like y'all just talking about General Brown, he got the appointment. He would have been in that position. That was them the only two. All of the Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense, Secretary of everything would be removed. That's why it's so interesting in the Christian Black Code. It says once they use the Black representatives in Congress and senators and all that, so once they use them to keep the African Americans in check, once they get certain things done, then they're gonna throw them back into their people and let their people deal with them. That's the hardest thing in there, you see. So them trying to be an Uncle Tom now, if martial law comes, they get thrown back to the people. And what are people gonna do with Uncle Tom?
Leave them alive.
So now you see why you see them attorneys trying to do so much so they don't get thrown back to the people, right?
Wow.
Yeah, that'll make them fight, huh?
Well, you know, so they're showing up martial law that he was attempting to do. If he would have got that, then he could establish that seat that these so-called restored Republican people out here, restored Republic, that they had Megan and all them talking about. It can't happen the way they're perceiving it to happen. It can never happen that way unless there be a civil war.
Right.
And he didn't want no civil war. He was going to do it another way, and that was the only way left to do it. And that's why you see me when I sent the Imperial CMYE executive, what was it? Imperial executive directive to the Congress. Nancy said we had a what?
Constitutional crisis.
Constitutional crisis.
Well, where is it at then? I thought she said you had one. What happened to
it? Disappeared.
No, for them, because if you had a constitutional crisis,
right?
So what's the constitutional crisis? I am, because I got authority to do what? I got authority to exercise the Constitution.
That's right.
So when I put that in that Imperial Royal Order in 219, what was that? Yeah, 19, and I mailed it off. That was the multiplication. That's why I stressed Article 2, Section 4. You feel me? Because he was in violation.
Right.
And exactly like I told him, that case disappeared. Listen, and they showed certain things on the track and confirm, and then they went in and changed it. We still got it though. But anyway, we keep going. You know, about the mail and when it got there, when all that kind of stuff. Then we go back and look again, they changed the date. I said, oh, okay. Well, we got the first date, right?
Yeah.
All right, what you got?
I had a quick question. Dealing with General Colin Powell. So General Colin Powell was Secretary of State, right? And he signed the apostille. So because he was a general though, like, so let's say you came in through this guy, Blinken. Does being that Colin Powell was a general, does that hold more weight in that seat? Because that's the military compared to just like, you know, Blinken. You understand what I'm saying, Protector?
Yeah, nah.
Like Colin Powell is actually general.
Blinken is one of them cats that you see in the movie. What was that movie where they show all these people that work behind the scenes of the government, then they grow behind the scene, and they grow up and get a prominent position? That's how Blinken and all them cats you never heard of show up all of a sudden.
Like the deep state people, okay.
Well, I ain't gonna say deep state, just they been behind the scene. You know, like you see, I'm doing my best thing in that movie.
Not like Wag the Dog, those people.
Oh no, that's going on now. But that's going on with Ukraine right now. But
well, you just saying people that like kind of grow
no, there
up
was a movie where they show how certain people worked in DC, and they work behind the scenes, become all the little secretaries from senators, congressmen, and then you know they work judges, interim, and they make decisions which way they want to carry their life, and they got a whole congressional thing going on in DC. You know what I'm saying? You know, so no, Skull and Bones is order. That's what president do to become president. Now it's a system they got. It was a movie out and they show how they work behind the scene. They come to work every day, and you know, and then this boy gonna want to become president. I think that boy down in South Carolina, that was running for president back in the day. Last couple years ago, he was a part of that. He grew up in that system. That's why they thought he was gonna come in and take the presidency, but he has some kind of charge against him, so they end up getting him out the race. It'll come to me in a minute. So that's how these cats up there you ain't never heard of, they came up through that system where they work behind the scene, being as little secretaries for you see when you see the having hearings and stuff, you see all them people sitting behind, you know, them the jobs that they get because of their family and all that kind of stuff. You feel me?
Emperor, I think it was a guy in the government out of Bamberg, South Carolina. I can't remember his name either. Brother. That you talking about?
Well, he wasn't no brother, he was a Caucasian boy.
All right, because it was a brother they were saying was
Nah, Caucasian boy. That's a couple years ago.
All right.
Outside that, I don't want to hear nothing else.
I just wanted to
that ain't what it is. Who?
I just wanted to know about Colin Powell being that he was a general. So it don't matter that he was a general. The seat is.
Well, you said basically like we're dealing with Blinken. So I said no. That's how Blinken and them get to that seat. Okay, them seats they get. Okay, but in General Powell's situation, that situation is that nobody can challenge what he did. You can't go back and say he made a mistake. You see, because that type of contract being signed, well, he made a mistake. You feel me? So you can't question the authenticity of his signature when he signed you in. So, because he's a general.
Right, that's what I was getting at, because he's a general, right.
He's a general. So, you know,
So that's
then he
why
becomes Secretary of State. Well, no, he was a general.
He was a general.
Then he became the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Okay, where that boy just got that job at. Colin Powell had that same job.
Right, Brown, right.
Colin Powell had that same job. Then he became Secretary of State. So you can't question why he signed. That's the whole point. You feel me?
Right.
They're questioning the authenticity of what happened because you signed in a damn state. Man, when we dropped that case in DC, when we dropped that case in Atlanta, man, they flew Colin Powell down there 3 times in a week. They flew him down to district court in Atlanta 3 times in 1 week. So see, a lot of cats trying to say we stole his signature when we went into court for Chief Black Eagle. You feel me?
Right.
So they trying to say we frauded his signature. So we was in district court with that truth language and everything. We was who we were, me and the moon. They flew him down there 3 times in 1 week. To make sure that
right.
Gotta verify to make sure.
Verify. Nah, this right. This is right. They on record.
Right, because they had to make a decision what to do. Because then you see right after that, they did what? They can't touch us. They be disbarred. See, right out, you know, they no attorney nowhere can touch us or they'll be disbarred. So that means your judge can't touch you, that means your law can't touch you. So if your law can't touch you, you're outside the government, right?
Yeah.
So why would you go back inside the government and be a non-resident alien there? Or they fight the boy down in Georgia did.
Be foolish.
Well, that's why they falling down there. He said he a chief. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He said he the grand chief.
He's the grand chief of chief clans forever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
I mean, but look who they following. That done it.
Right.
You feel me? Like, come on, man, for real. So he fell off the cliff and all the rest of them falling off with him.
My mama always asks me, if you say jump off the bridge, you're gonna jump. I guess some people will jump with you, huh?
Man, you've been around as long as I have. You'll see so many people. You can go to Islam, you can go to Moors, you can go to church, you can go to the masjid, you can go to the synagogue, you can go everywhere, man, you got them. Everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You got them phenomenal, you know, crazy over this. It was like they go, I mean, we was at the beach, right? And this guy was like, you know, hand you some books about monks and telling you to be enlightened, and then he asked you for a fee. And I said, I ain't got time to read none of these. I said, everything you attempting to get, I already got. You still saying they got it on all levels. You know, get enlightenment through here. Get enlightenment through here. You know, put some beads on your head and a red thing in your nose and an earring in your ear and all that kind of stuff. And you are manifesting. Fuck out of here. Anyway. So that's, it's amazing. So this is what we're talking about, and these indictments. I didn't know y'all had this in here like this though. That's pretty interesting. So that's a good surprise for today. Y'all see y'all doing y'all work. But so I, letting you know, that separation, that 4 corners. There ain't nobody else said that out there. Y'all ain't heard it. Y'all ain't heard it nowhere.
No one.
4 corners. Nope. I didn't lock them down.
And you said it beforehand.
First time. From you.
Beforehand. Yep.
Nope.
Only from you.
Better know it. Nobody knows stuff.
Oh, that brought me to my second thing for you, Protected. Like, and this.
Where you at? I don't see you.
Oh, my bad.
I see. I go back. I go black too. Good. I see you coming. What you got?
I was gonna say, in this journey walking with you for this, we on almost 2 years now. You brought a new meaning. I'm from New York City. I grew up saying word is bond. You know what I mean? And you brought the definition of what my word is bond actually means. Like you say, do what you say what you're gonna do. Feel me? And you've done that, so I appreciate that. Respect.
You see yourself developing, don't you?
Yeah. Got no choice. You want to be on this shit? You got no choice.
Man, ain't no free riders.
Oh goodness, you got no choice. Every time you try to chill, this shit will get up. Got something to do.
Well, because you coming into that, and you coming into that oath of office. So it ain't about taking the oath and then sitting on your wall saying I'm great. I made it. No. It's about taking the oath, getting out there, moving your damn state. And knowing how to talk to other government officials. Not some club or church. No, government officials, because you're moving the state. Feel me?
Copy that.
All right, what we got?
Okay, we have a hand raised in the cash. Lamar O Lemons, you have your hand raised. You have the floor. Lamar O Lemons. About Lemons, you have the floor.
Greetings, everybody. Salam alaikum with magic. I was just going to make a comment about the movie. I believe it was Kevin Spacey. It was a series on having a runner or guy running the back channels and making deals within government. That's just one I could think of. But also, I was under the presumption that we've been under martial law.
I mean, what led you not to think that?
Oh, so yeah, I thought I just heard you say that I can't remember the words you used about martial law, but that Trump could have taken us into martial law, and I just
yeah. No, you've been in martial law since 1787.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I'm out here and I'm trying to get to my car.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. It's just me in a noisy area. I'm moving to my car though.
I said you've been in martial law since 1787. When they came in 1711, 201, and they brought in Homeland Security, well, that was the update of martial law that they got you in now. Okay?
That's what that tower, burning down and crashing into the towers was all about, to push that, to make that solidify.
Yeah, you got to make an event, make the people mad, fed up, want tags on their dog with names on it. Now they want to put a tag on your youngin'.
Right.
I got you.
I heard that COVID is putting a tag on you.
They ain't talk about none of that stuff on these type calls.
Oh, well, my bad. Cancel that.
All right, what you got?
I'm good for now.
Okay. What else?
Thank you. Gratitude. I yield.
Thank you. Question in the chat from Atun Ray. Can the case be looked up when Colin Powell came down and had to verify his signature? And is that in the transcript?
What kind of case you talking about? Ain't no case. You saying can a case be looked up? What kind of case can be looked up? What cases can you look up? I mean, ain't got nothing to do with judicial. That's State Department. And State Department have ways they keep their security from behind the scene. From folk like you who won't know everything. Let me go see. Can I see it now? You know what I'm saying? For real. I mean, that's why them cats back in the day won't go in there. They ain't gonna let you see what they made a mistake on. For real. I mean, for real. You know, think about this. You gotta have authority to go to the State Department and request that type of information. Other than that, why you need to know how Colin Powell did anything? He's the Secretary of State. You hold the highest still in the United States when he was sitting in that seat. They gonna give you that to show everything he did. They can show that he got authenticated on that date. But what was said and done, only reason I know that because Saifuddin out of Philadelphia is the one who took it up there to get it done. That make sense? You there? Atun? No, I'm messing with you. Come on.
Okay, so question from YouTube from Ilkimon Hope Bay. Peace and blessings to you, Emperor. Could you touch on so-called King Maud Adhud?
Who?
King Maud Adhud. Not too sure who that is. Does that sound?
I never heard of him.
No.
He never came come up. He never came across my radar. Who is it?
Not sure. I'll ask him in the chat.
That's fine.
Apparently, we have no other questions in the chat at the moment. Then Shuja, it's over to you. Thank you so much.
So we will move on to the 17th of June as we continue through. We can go to the next slide. All right, so on the 17th, We had a planetary alignment, 5 planets, Saturn, Neptune, Jupiter, Uranus, and Mercury lined up within a 93-degree sky sector. On the 18th, we had a new moon. On the 20th, constructive agreement, in parentheses, 5604B, signed by Yamasee Native American government via Mount Arafat Embassy in the state of Georgia, granting full faith and credit on the 20th of June, 2003, 20-year anniversary. On the 21st, Imperial Solstice, sovereign observance, as well as Royal Public Notice and Royal Press Release to the world, signing at Fisher Park. His Imperial Majesty cited two green orbs appearing 500 miles apart over Greensboro, North Carolina, and Sumter, Alabama, simultaneously at 0 North reference points, 1-year anniversary. On the 25th, notice of appointment, NOA, effective date. His Imperial Majesty herewith ordained by decree and declare active and in force. The Imperial Royal Office for His Imperial Majesty has the official appellation for the Imperial and Imperial Office for the Protector. Effective date 25 June 2023, and the Emperial CMYE-IRK Republic for the country of United States, small s, has the official appellation for the Imperial Moorish Al-Moroccan, in parentheses, American-Amexem, close parentheses, Empire, via the Emperial CMYE, government for the Republic, Imperial Royal Kingdom, USA small u / USA all caps. Effective date 25th June 2023.
You got a little typo there.
I think so.
You got a typo. It's cool though. You just got a little typo. The 25th. Can you hear me?
I hear you, Protector.
The 25th was last year when I came down to Kennedy-Stone. I think y'all got that date wrong. No, the effective date for the appointment, the first one was 28th of June this year. And then the updated one was the 1st of July. And then the amendment was 1st August, remember? That's fine. That's fine. These 2 oars we signed that document. Why? Because right over the park, remember?
Yeah.
And then we got word from Buckeye Radio that won't happen down in Alabama at the same time. 2 green oars appearing 500 miles apart, both at 0 point reference, north reference. When your anniversary, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Did I tell you about it? They said it take you 20 years, right? To get paid for the post office case, right?
Yes.
In 20 years.
30 September, 20 years. We get down in September. See, everything happened 20 years, right?
Yeah.
203 was hot. 203 was a hot year for me, right?
Very.
Very, yeah.
Yeah, you got a lot done in 2003, Protector. It put you on a whole mission.
Well, I told you to come to my seat. So now you understand what I mean when I said I got to come to my seat. So now it sees I had to come down and build from ground up back to my seat in what I'm doing now. And I've been able to do it in 20 years. That made that journey start around when? 28.
28, man.
28 years old.
imagine that 28. Huh.
No, 38, my bad, 38. 20 years, 38, yeah, 38. And then it started on 03, yeah, 20 years. Because they lit that fire in 03. And that with that case, that was in the September 30th, 03. So October 03 is 20 years ago. So 20 years ago, they lit that fire. So this October, you're going to have a whole lot of fire. But they lit that fire. So they arrest. So around the 17th, 18th, that's when I wrote that public notice again. I'm going to say that public notice and filed in court. That they arrested a sovereign, you feel me? Within that 31, so around the end of October is when they lit that fire. And I guarantee you go back, you see something happening in the solar system around the sun around that time when they lit that fire. Unbeknown to me, but a whole lot of stuff happened around the end of October. Y'all remember?
That's when the smart, yeah.
Yeah, if you talking about 203, huh? No, that was 213. That was 213.
I remember 2003, there was in Europe, thousands upon thousands of people died because of the heat. I remember that part in 2003. Over 10,000.
Right.
Heat wave.
Yes, there was a lot of stuff that transpired that year.
Yeah. You're muted just in case you're speaking.
I didn't hear what you said. What you say?
I was saying you're muted just in case you were speaking. What we were just saying about 2003, it was a very eventful year, especially in Europe. A lot of people died because of the heat wave. Over 10,000 people died.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just know they came in with a false arrest warrant. And they were trying to get out of that post office contract. And that year I found out that the post office paid everybody's salary. Judges, they pay the upkeep, all federal buildings, they pay everything. Because we came when they were trying to get out of that case. So when you're going up against the post system, that ain't no easy case to get to do. So you can't even find an attorney. You find an attorney, you got to be 10 G's before they ain't talk to you. So seriously, they want nobody to sue the post office. They want to talk to you, you got 10 G's. So I stand on my square. So when you coming against the whole system, you coming against the whole bar, and you have one piece of paper, one document to stand on, and that was the full faith and credit from the United States and Georgia that my signature is on. And every time I dropped it anywhere I went, it just changed the whole era, everything changed. So we were learning through the authority of the apostille how the officials respond when they see that you know what you got. Okay, so when they deal with the Klan down there, they didn't know what they had.
Yeah.
So they non-resident alien. When they came on messing with me, they knew I knew what I had. And every time they came, they ran. Then you find that stuff while they ran. Like when you got ready, like I got ready to file it in the court. How'd I learn that? When I went to court with Chief Black Eagle.
That's right.
And district court. You feel me? I learned how to do that. So when I went on my case, I stopped at the clerk court. Then they told me that I had to take it up, get it filed in open court. Ding, 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 ding. That just happened a couple months ago in district court with Chief Black Eagle case. So when I go do it up there, they were sending notes up behind the scene, doing their best to tell her not to accept it in, but she kept pushing the notes away, saying she got this. She thought I was a rookie. you know how they feel. I got this. Kept pushing her away. But in the long run, she allowed it open in the court for her to read it. But I dropped it in the court. She said, "Can she read it?" I said, "No. You can file it on record, and then you can read it." She said, "Okay, then we'll file on record." Because they need to know. Because you just told the court that the United States recognize you as a sovereign state. They ain't never heard that before. This is the state of Georgia. See, they was on told we got the apostille from the governor of Georgia. They were never told we got from the Secretary of State. So when I dropped in the court that day, that was the first time Georgia knew about the apostille we had. Well, that's what they say.
Yeah.
That they say that we had a State Department on our apostille. See what I'm saying? Because the bar attorneys didn't know that. They knew if they knew that, they knew they couldn't touch it. So anything come near them, they would have relieved it, removed that step because they could be disbarred. You feel me? Y'all see all that stuff I learned through them cases?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So in me putting the Postal Service in default for their false arrest and everything, charges I brought against them based on the security agreement that they signed and agreed to. Okay, well, that's a continuation. So you find out that they own the judges, so why were you attempting to carry it into their court to get some remedy? Trying to get me? You got to get your own court so you can dock it and get your remedy. Because you ain't gonna get no judge that's their boss. How you gonna get a judge sign $1 billion contract against his boss?
For real.
Right.
Emperor, there's a question in the chat from Myera. If all contracts/bonds must be in true language and one must be of the age of maturity to enter into a contract bond, how are contract bonds signed by informants, parents, lawful and legal, as the newborn are able to enter nor sign?
I'm doing my best to understand the question. It seems like it's two, three answers in that one question.
Basically, it's how can your moms or your parents sign on behalf of you when you're not legal?
Well, that's why they give you opportunity 18 years old to do a security agreement.
Mm.
That's why they used to take it back to the IRS and to that sister down in Charlotte that were doing them 1040X forms back in the day. Shut it down. Shut it down because they said they can go up at 18. So 18, they call legal age, where you had a legal right to do a security agreement and have a secure interest in your birth certificate. Outside of that, you saying your parents don't have a legal right where they gave birth to you. So they do have a legal right to you, sign for you on your behalf until you get of age, sign for yourself. So I don't say how your parents ain't got authority over you. They had you during that time, but you get the opportunity to redeem that contract at 18 if you know how to do it. But like that's what the Pope letter was saying to for them to close the account. That's what you're talking about in the motu proprio. That's what you're talking about, the birth certificate account. To close the account so that you can come into office and decide on which way you want to go and what's your remedy going to be based on that contract. But the United States decided to get another jail company, and in the city of Britain now, France had eliminated theirs, after the post multi appropriate came out. So then Britain signed them in to keep this fraud going. So that's why you seen France come over in Trump era, plant a new tree in the White House. But you know, plant a new tree. So now you understand why they had planted a new tree and gave you all that lies on television that you thought that's why they came over planting a new tree.
First tree, the cherry tree.
So that helped you out on that contract, that first part. So what did she say?
Yeah, that's really based on what she wanted to clarify. Is a hand raised?
The question.
Sorry.
Repeat what you said, Protector.
What was the rest of the question?
Oh, in full, it says if all contracts / bonds must be in true language, and one must be of age.
No, my bad.
Oh, I'll start again. If all contracts / bonds must be in true language, and one must be of the age of maturity to enter into contract / bond, how a contract—
Hold on, man. Ho. Say, what this got to do with true language? First part you said, all bonds got to be in true language.
Yeah.
Is that a true statement? No.
Nah, because everything you got is verb.
Okay.
Everything they wrote for you, even though it said bond on it, but it's still in verb. In true language, that's quantum. They not writing in quantum. They don't even know how to write in quantum. I mean, you had a lot of clerks come today when middle class back in the day, but once they shut the court system down, well, prisoners couldn't use it to get out of jail no more. And then when nobody realized they're pushing the paperwork, and the Rothschild and them came in and shut down David. I mean, that stuff kind of, faded out, you feel? So everything they write is verb.
So Emperor, what is truth language? What is truth language?
That's quantum. That's quantum language, mathematician language. Where everything you can read a sentence from right to left. Same, you read it right, then you read the left. Same numerology. And they came in and entered the verb, it threw it all off. And before we would learn it had to be in all cap. But you see them cats out there now, they got uppercase, lowercase, which I've been trained a little bit on myself.
Yeah.
They take it to another level after the British and all them shut David down and changed the whole format. So there's nothing being taught out there the way he taught us. So they can't use it to do anything because they don't have what? They don't have no venue. So they got no venue. They can't have no quantum court, can they?
Nope.
Well, if you can't have a quantum court, that make now you can use that language to get out of a mortgage or a car note. I mean the free part, y'all. I gotta keep this fire down. So that's why I got my camera on. But you can get that so what was I saying?
You can use truth language to get out mortgage.
Mortgage yourself. That them boys using overseas. And I think a couple people using America. Using that to get out of certain debt. Outside that, that's the only way they can use it. You can't get no venue on it. You can't get no sovereignty on it. All them boys that saved all that silver, getting all that silver in people back in them days, they unless they got a dealership for silver, outside there, they worth nothing. So when they carry it to the bank and trade it in, they ain't gonna get the value of it. So they gotta become a dealer. You feel me? What if that question?
They can get value for it, right?
Well, that's venue. You don't need copyrighted silver anyway. They got silver, got United States of America on it. That's copyrighted by the United States. So you got to pay a copyright violation if you're going to try to take it into. into quantum. Because they got to take the letters off. That's copyright violation. Because you don't have a court to cure them to make them take it off, because you ain't got no quantum court. So if you go try to use it in quantum without getting took off, well, you're in violation of your own contract. See?
Mm-hmm.
What else you got? Come on.
Just on that note, Emperor, what makes it quantum? Why do you use the word quantum?
It's mathematically coded. The whole universe is quantum. Everything's mathematical. You got to be. So David just brought that. He was just a genius. We just thinking with another. We just thinking from another planet. You know. So he was just. That's why I said. Like you tell him when I say his name, peace be upon him, because he taught me a lot. And of course, he learned a lot from me. But I'm going to tell you my part. You hear me?
Okay.
What you got?
Question, raise hand in cash, Aaron Domatev. You have your hand raised, you have the floor.
Assalamu alaikum with magic, Emperor.
Hey,
he's imperial and imperial. Well, Sovereign Samhu and Mini Ray. So Adelo Ye. I appreciate your presence and spending with us today. Looking over at the de facto rulers over here right now. The Speaker of the House just stepped down, Kevin McCarthy.
No.
Step down.
No. You're gonna speak it right. Don't try to talk because you're wrong. Hold your breath.
What I do now?
He didn't just step down. He got fired.
The first one in history, they say.
First one in history. Yes. Make sure you get it right now.
Right. Yeah, I got to get it right.
You sound living on wood.
Help me out, y'all. Y'all see me wrong. Help me out.
No, you just gotta read what's out there on the market and understand it before you bring it up. We ain't gotta help you out. It's all over the wire. He got
right.
He got voted out by his own party. That's all that's there.
Yeah.
If you gonna say it wrong and say help you out, you just showing you can't.
I thought that was interesting.
Come on, what you got?
Exactly. I thought the whole thing. I thought that was just interesting. It looks like the cookie is crumbling. Would that be a
well,
good,
no, it's not. It's not even like that. You know, it's just it's not. It's just a guess game where you come from. It's just politics, man. And you know, so if you understand politics, and they playing over here, and the way he got elected, so you know, to even get elected the way he did was ignorant. So now you see the results of it, because he basically refused to be their pawn. So that was what's in him getting elected, that he had basically be a pawn. And now he refused to be their pawn. He could, you know, to keep the government up, to do things normally, to help work the government out, to keep the United States going. You had those in there who want to shut it down for mega. Okay, you got so much stuff going on over here in the politics level. So to even get the seat under that condition, they already said you lose it any time if he didn't step a certain way. And that's exactly what happened. So, you know, it's just politics, the whole system coming down. It's just a distraction to keep you away from what's really going on. And they're doing their best to shut the government down so they can get certain things to help this boy out down in Florida. It's madness. You feel me? Just madness. So that shows you that you ain't got no authority. The citizens don't have no authority over their elected officials. They just sit back and go along with that crap. So that's that banana republic they talk about. You see? So welcome to the corporation United States of America, the banana republic. Come on. A vessel state, a banana republic. That's all it is. Come on.
Wow. Okay, and I was also going over the Imperial Constitution, Book 2, and I was
really now.
making it be known. Yeah, Declaration of Granting of Independence to colonial countries and peoples, comma, yeah, GA, yeah. And this is, I saw that and I said, yep, that's what the brother was speaking about. So I was just going back over that what we were speaking about yesterday, and I found it in your docs.
I did you read it?
Imperial Constitution, page 12. The whole thing?
Did you read
it? It says yeah, I'm reading it now. I'm going over it right now.
Okay. Interesting, huh?
You want me to go ahead?
No, we ain't
oh,
getting
okay.
We got called.
Okay. I let somebody else get on the call. I yield.
They can go read it.
Ready.
Yeah, they can go read. Y'all go read it. It's up there. You know, we might touch a little bit on later. Where we at? Because we got to go. Woo! We got to get now. Where we at? June?
We have no questions in the chat and no Zoom. Dennis, guys, over to you. You have the floor.
We go to the next slide. All right, so as we round off June, number 135 on the 26th of June, number 135 was spotted in the clouds over North Pacific Ocean, viewed from the ISS at 10:36 a.m., as well as on the 26th, Chief, Space, Black Eagle, quote, Thunderbird, end quote, solar return day, peace be with him, in parentheses, 78 years young. And just a quick comment, this 135 was so random. It was a view from the ISS. If you don't know what the ISS is, that's the International Space Station. And they published this on YouTube. Excuse me. So
they posted their website on YouTube, right?
Yeah. And so it was just so random though. Like, you know, out the blue, the ISS lets you know that they seen 135 in the clouds. It just happened to be 135. But that's why we say we can't make none of this up, because unless they knew, why would they even put that out there? You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
why would they? Then you gotta look at it in reverse. You got 531.
And
I done told them I got 531 in more than 5 millions. I done told them my number is 135. They sent Chief Black Eagle to 135 years. And then it happened on his Earth Day, which he's tied with the government, with me. It was just a phenomenon that you can't make up.
Right. Now, we had another one that we kind of left out, which was de facto Trump and his number when he got arraigned. 135 was in there as well. We was tripping out, like, what? 5'8", 135? What's going on? So,
Yeah, I saw that in Fulton County.
Yeah.
Yeah. See? So they know. I'm universal. Then it said 10:36 a.m.
Right.
You know that's 1 minute off, so
1 minute off. It really was 135.
You know what I'm saying? They just couldn't do that. Now.
That'd be too
They
much.
seen it at 1:30. They seen it at 10:35.
Right.
By the time they clocked it in, it said 10:36. But they had to sit at 10:35 because they, you see something, you're like, okay, damn, look at this. Then boom, they snapped it in. So they certainly, because they were trying to get it, and they missed that second. Then we missed it. That's hard, ain't it? That's hard. That's hard.
Yeah, that's hard. That's super hard.
And another significant of Chief Black Eagle on 26 is that they recommissioned the 48 Star Flag on 26 June 2005. Sorry. So it's on our paperwork. And he was the official chief of the government during that time. Even they knew that. You feel me? Anybody feel me?
Oh yeah.
I feel
you. We got you, Protector.
don't need you to got me. I need you to hear me.
We hear you well, Emperor.
I got the master. I don't need that. I got the master. I'm fine. I don't tell you, man. I don't need. Y'all just don't know that gift. You know you got the master on your side. Man, please. Y'all know I've been on 10 ever since I found out about it. They're on the guard to come. You know, they're gonna bring the United States military. All that crap. We'll be our protection, the military. Well, Cooper, the Sam Hooray come in here and get the daggone 135, well, 531 mortified men as his army. What you gonna do?
Get burnt up.
And then mortified beings come running down on you. You know what I'm saying?
Could get burnt up.
You know that.
That's funny.
Nobody, you know, WWC.
Right.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when them mortified beings come down running all over you? Y'all remember that? Hogan. Y'all remember Hogan? Hogan.
Yeah.
The hucksters. The hucksters.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that? I know y'all fans out there had them yellow and gold red shirts on. Y'all know that.
Back then, that's for sure. We love wrestling back then.
I mean, we had both Brazil. We had Bobo Brazil right here in Ben Harbor. So we know.
Who?
Bobo Brazil here, Ben Harbor. We know we love wrestling.
Oh, okay, I know. I was talking about
WWF back then.
WWC back then. You know, when you come in that
WCW.
WCW. There you go.
There you go.
You know that. You see Mojang. You know he was a fan, boy. Look at him.
Nah, I got you.
And my son a fan now. He want to be a wrestler. He got a uncle on his mama's side that take him to all the wrestling
event.
Yeah, his
man.
Uncle.
You know how many assholes I got growing up. You know how many assholes me and my brother got growing up, pretending we raffle holes in the wall. I remember he threw me. He threw me, flipped me, and I landed in the wall. You know, you butt in the wall, and you sticking out the wall like this. And he had to pull me out. Boy, that was the worst we had. It's still fun though. It's all game, but it's cool. Come on, y'all. We having fun. Next slide. Come on, let's go. Ain't no questions on this. That's pretty hot though. 26th on the cheese, right?
Yeah. But then we get into.
I thought it was 77. I didn't know it was 78. So it was 78 this year. I didn't know it was 7. I thought it was 77 this year. He's 78. That's good enough. Okay. All right, 78. And man, he come out this year. And my two numbers, 78. He already out. You didn't walk out. What? He want to stand and get that, so he be all right. Come on.
All right. On the 3rd, now we in July. As we begin July, on the 3rd, we had a full moon. Of course, our sovereign observance. Live call reading of the timeline for the 70 plus 7 plus 5 week prophecy that began 28 January 2022. As well as on the 3rd, this day became the first hottest day on record compared to the average daily air temperature on the planet's surface, going back to 1979. It was logged at 62.618 degrees by the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, which is called NOAA. Moreover, the measurements suppressed that previous daily record of 62.456 degrees set on 24 July last year, 2022. According to data from NOAA's National Center for Environment Predictions, His Imperial Majesty on that day danced in the heat with his crown on.
Well, I tell you, that was a hot day.
Yeah, that was a hot day, buddy.
That was a hot day, boy. And I didn't even know nothing about it. I was out to dance and have fun. And you see that crown just oof. Just And that day was, that's right, that was doing right after that, dealing with that stone too, that energy, that medical situation I was going through. And I was really angry. Yeah. It'll be all right.
All right. We go to the next slide.
You have some of that effect now.
Okay.
But we're gonna keep going, right?
Right. Man, everything you do has an effect. So I come to expect that now. All right. So on the 13th, His Imperial Majesty received the Master and 530 million modified deities to represent Imperial and Imperial-Royal Grand Assembly for a universal traveler, :space dweller -emperor, :space Samhu, a mini -ray, quote, at Delo Yi, end quote, end of second phase. On the 14th, His Imperial Majesty's ascension to his seat, start of Emperor's third phase. On the 15th, City of Philadelphia, the Moroccan flag was raised in front of City Hall in an official ceremony in 2019, a 4-year anniversary of diplomatic recognition as Moroccan-Americans. On the 18th, Emperial CMYE-IRK, in parentheses, 16-year anniversary, solemn observance.
That was amazing, wasn't it?
Very much so. And this whole time, in retrospect, this whole timeline is amazing. Like, we lived through the majority of it that we got down here.
No, that was the 13th was 530.
530.
No. That was 530. That was
529.
531. 13 was 531.
Yeah,
that was 531.
Yeah, 531.
Oh no, but it said it right. You received the Master and 530.
You're right.
That's right. Yeah.
Master is 531. Yeah.
You're right. My bad. You're right. They got 8. Y'all keep saying the 8. I never said the universe travel. There's plenty of us. That's why I said, hey, I am one of them. Then I'm gonna do all of this emperor. Ain't none of them but me. That make me stand at the top then, right?
Yep.
Indeed.
And while I was standing there now, I can see it. Can't wait to get back. They said I'm gonna transform this during this time. Oh, this 15th Philadelphia, that cracked me up. So we good, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's it, the 4-year anniversary?
4.
And I think we at point. So usually 15th July last year, what was we would get ready. I was going through that procedure, that pain, and we put the public notice out last year on the 3rd anniversary. So this year on the 4th anniversary, we got everything done. So you in good timing. In the 3rd anniversary, I opened up the city, made sure that City Hall right there officially is now also in our turn the Continental Congress, holding the records of the Continental Congress. You feel me? Because it's got an official address, so on my level, ain't nobody else level. You feel me? So that's significant.
That's fly in itself.
Right.
You prove that the Continental Congress still exists. Like
it still exists.
Right.
So when anybody exists, and I can see them, right?
Yep.
I ain't got there yet with y'all, but we're gonna. That was just letting them know I can bring in a Congress to run this damn country. All right. I can reseat the Continental Congress. So that de facto Congress ain't nothing. See? So you got the real Congress. You can. That's part. You see how big your ship is, and then you got a question. What we gonna? That's another part of the ship that you got to get all the other little pieces done before we go into that level of the ship. You see? That makes sense to you?
That makes sense.
Yes.
That makes sense.
So this is the 16th anniversary this year. So we're in the 17th anniversary now, 17th year. So this 18 just passed, or 18, or when 16, when 16, going to 17 now, right?
Yep, 17 now. Past the 18. Yep.
That's 8. 7 and 1 is 8. 1 and 7 is 8, dog. Everything's on point.
8 for you.
And you know, they've been talking about 17 out there on the wire about this ascension and all that. About number 17, number 22. Y'all ain't been listening to that?
Haven't heard that one yet.
Y'all listen to it, man.
Listen to my protector.
I know y'all be like, who you be? And I guess I just tap into certain gurus out there, and that's what they do every day. I don't have time to do it. And you know, so they got a good pretty resume. I get a couple of them good pretty resume. Some of them about 80%, some of them about 85, but that's about how they go. Because that racist mentality, they still see themselves a lot different than what the world know you as. You feel me? So that whole perception of what they see is and do is going to be catered outside of my zone. So I just use them to get information so I can move. You feel me? So because I ain't got time to do it, and y'all ain't got time to do it, and they've been trained that way. And the schooling they went through, especially like my boy World News today, he been trained that way. You feel me?
All right. So
you should be his perception. And I ain't believe on religion level, but that's his. He got a right to have that. Ain't got nothing to do with me. But as far as him checking the sun and knowing all the machines and all that stuff, the way they work, and the ICC and all that, well, you got to have them type people till you can train. But the ICC and them, the NASA's not giving no daily classes how to read these machines. That makes sense to you. So we good on this slide?
We good on this slide.
No questions?
No questions.
Yeah, we have a question from YouTube. Yeah, we have a question from YouTube. Colin Watson, Ryan / Ahaz, Salam Alaikum with Magic. Emperor, if 9/11 caused America to go into martial law, would that be the same for England and France with the following fate catastrophes?
I can't say that because of the way they set their parliament up. So I can't quote on that. What happened in England? Because y'all different. They different in the United States. United States is corporation, so it attached to them. But as far as Britain, it's got to be how y'all subject or how they got you tagged in being a subject to the royal family. You see what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah. We had our 7/7. I think it was 7/7. July 2005, where there was an crazy explosive on one of the main trains called King's Cross, actually, area. So that was a big one.
I had a few though. Y'all had that. Y'all had London Bridge. Couple bombs go off. Hey, I was tripping for a while over there.
Yeah, quite a few of those were actors too.
Right.
Literally.
Right.
Literally. Yeah.
We good on this slide? We got any more questions, comments? Oh, we got one more. It says, Mescaray, why was the Moroccan flag raised in the city of Philadelphia and not in another city?
The way the tree was signed. What it said, the piece of fence on this side was signed. In the city of Philadelphia. That's why he raised flag there. That's why I say it was a ship signal.
Right.
They moved the government down to DC for democracy. This was a real republic. And they stole your privilege. Then they moved it down to DC. When they come get you stirred by Benjamin Banneker, outlining all these Mason codes, putting in all these codes, the way the buildings and everything was drafted, creating the Washington Monument and all that, Abraham Lincoln, because he was the last Republican president. Y'all, now that you know that, you see why he got a statue there now. Should give you a different meaning, right?
Right. Instead of that.
And so that's so it's a whole different meaning. Once you know, now you know the truth.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yes.
So it was signed in Philadelphia because that's where everything was going on. Or you want to attach that to the Bible and they say the city of Philadelphia and okay, Egypt and all that. It's all got some connection. But we get the full disclosure when we get all the records, right?
Right.
Correct.
Question.
All right, Miss. Can I ask you a question, Miss?
Any Ms. Ray, Ms. Curry? Ever answer your question?
Can you hear me now, Mesre? I was saying gratitude to the Emperor. You made it clear on that question about the flag raised in Philly.
Okay.
Another question in the chat, Emperor. Nanya Nakeshla, Tima Ray. Can the Continental Congress be manned by NAMA, quote, contractors, end quote, if need be?
NED. NAMA NED. Non-executive directors can sit in that Congress. It don't have to be NAMA. But NAMAs can sit, they qualify. But for the Congress to run, if NAMAs aren't qualified, I have the authority to write in NEDs, non-executive directors, who have the experience of running the Congress to sit in these seats and be compensated from our government, but then they have to go tell their government whoever they're from or what they made from their position, and then they have to pay taxes to their government on it. But yeah, we can see NEDs now. They help you out.
Sounds very clear.
Absolutely. I didn't say NED because I didn't know if it was allowed.
Oh, it's allowed by the government.
Thank you.
That's the only thing, within this time zone, as long as they got the years of experience to sit there, that's cool. We have to design it where we got 48 states inside the United States on our property. And you got 2 out, which is Alaska and Hawaii. So you would say, setting up the Continental Congress, you would say we'll start off with just one representative from that state. That's all you need. So you would get an NED, someone probably the governor appoint. They got the qualifications sitting in that Congress, represent the Continental Congress, so they can move the United States. Well, we may end up having 1 or 2 sitting in that seat, in the seats to get set that up proper. If not, when we set it up, we draw our own lines. But dealing with them, we use the lines they already drawn up. That makes sense to you?
Yes. Absolutely. How you doing, Emperor? Assalamu alaikum with magic.
There are no questions in the chat, Zoom, nor YouTube. Nanishija, you have the floor.
Here we come, and we get into our month of August. All right. So on the 1st of August, notification of appointment, amendment, effective date Tuesday 1, August 2023, as well as full moon, live call reading of the 70 plus 7 plus 5 week timeline, prophecy that began 28 January 2022. And we've updated, we're in the 5th week now, so it's 70 plus 7 plus 5. As well as on the 1st, we had a X class, a 2X class solar flare CMYE event occurred on the sun on the day of the notification of appointment amendment was sent out. On the 2nd, Shirley Rose Pridgeon, in parentheses, Sampson, peace be upon her. Her solar day, mother of our Imperial Majesty. It says, presumptive, this word, somebody help me out.
What's the one?
Posthumously.
Entered into the royal family on January 13th, 2017. In parentheses, date of ICMYE-DGD, Declaration Government Decree. Solar flares erupt on the sun. And then on the 5th, the first flare was measured as being a X1.6 class solar flare and was released from sunspot AR33A6, which also resulted in a coronal mass ejection being flung out into space. So concerning those X flares, we've had a lot of powerful X flares. A lot of them have passed through the earth or whatever. They haven't told us. We've seen a lot of things on the Soho that they've taken down, didn't want to show the public, don't want people to see. They're very interesting things that are going on.
I mean, not just taking down, weeks.
Weeks, yeah. Hours, days, weeks.
Every time something happens around me, you know they shut it down.
Mm-hmm.
That World News boy, he be catching them. And that, he don't know me, or he might be, you know, he might look, whatever. But he don't know what we talking about, how we doing. And he be saying stuff. I be like, yo, you don't even know I mailed something that day, you feel me?
Right.
Watch this August 2nd with my mom.
Say that again, Protector?
I said, it's them. Watch this second here. What's this about? On the timeline right here, number 2, August 2nd.
Yeah, number 2. I don't know what presumptively entered in the royal family, but
Posthumously.
This is honor deity day for us. Your mama, you know, we respect.
Oh, you talking about that first sign? That was the first degree I signed on 17th. Oh, okay. I see what they're saying. When I did the Declaration Decree, and officially wrote all that, the royal order and all that in. I see what they're talking about now. That's what y'all talking about? Okay, so, yeah. So that no case appointment, effective day, that's the effective day, but we're in that last zone there right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Full moon line call. Well, that actually got the first one should be the 4. Live full reading of 70 plus 7 plus 4. And then we updated the 5. So we went into the 5th week explaining it. So that's right in our story as we go, right?
That is right in our story as we go.
Yes.
Acts.
And it was organic.
Anybody has any questions, comments, any YouTube?
No questions, both in the chat nor on YouTube.
Protector has explained everything.
That's the crown. They erupt on the crown, the solar flare of the crown.
Right.
On the, oh yeah. Let you know I'm coming, right?
Let us know.
That's correct.
Yeah, they let you know I'm coming.
All right.
I got 531 million up there.
And the comet coming through.
They can do some stuff. They can do some stuff like that. You feel me? They sitting on Earth going, what's going on with this sun? All right, what we got?
All right, so on the 12th, C/2023 P1, Hiroshima is Nishimura is a long dash period comet discovered by Hideo Nishimura on 12 August 2023. Its orbital period equals 431 years inbound and 406 years outbound. Next perihelion is 2430 February 2430. Discovered again by Hideo Nishimura. Last perihelion is 17 September 2023 at 1524, which equals 1588. The last time in the 400 cycle was 1588 in that 1592 time span. The Athlon is 114 AUs and 110 AUs. So one in parentheses is 1800 and the other one is 2200. And
electricity.
Eccentricity?
Electricity.
Eccentricity is 0.9961 and in parentheses 1800 and then 0.9959 in parentheses 2200. Then on the 18th, we have the 230th day of the year, fun fact, which is 231 in leap years in the Bulgarian calendar. And on this day, it was actually 135 days remaining until the end of the year. Put that in there because that was super interesting. Then on the 28th, a powerful solar flare, CME, erupted on the sun, forming a visible crown, which you can see the crown, right? And then you can also see the comet above.
You know, that showed that in Albania on their live news.
Did they?
Yeah, that's where Imperial Master got it from.
We're not the only ones following the celestial phenomenon.
Well, a lot of people, a lot of countries definitely following it, but in America, it's the controllers of the television don't want people to get outside of what they want them to think about. That's paying their light bill, you feel me?
Right.
You start thinking about this kind of stuff, you're gonna stop paying bills. That means you're gonna shut the government down. They can't have that.
Right.
They gotta make sure you keep paying bills. Make sense?
That makes sense. A lot of sense.
If everybody stop paying their bills tomorrow, what are they gonna do? You want to make change? You gotta do stuff like that. You understand that? They ain't gonna listen to nothing you gotta say. Well, if you sure you ain't gonna pay no bills, that makes one person get kicked out of the house, all of us get kicked out. You feel me?
Right.
Then what the bank gonna say? But everybody ain't for everybody, see? Everybody out for self. Then they want you to come save them from self. That's why I tell you, it don't make sense to do it.
Nope. Can't nobody save you from yourself.
But did you see the world? Because if you want change, you can get change instantaneously. Little stuff in this day and time, just everybody don't pay bills anymore. And watch the whole government change. I bet you they can use some money there.
I agree with that.
Hmm?
I said I agree with that. If nobody pay no bills, they definitely gonna give you some money then and pay them bills.
Change overnight. Laws change, all that change. Overnight. Senators, everybody straighten up. Judges, everybody straighten up overnight. They wake up tomorrow, they go look in their account, and they blank. They can't go do this, they can't go, you know what I mean? Can't go, you feel me?
Yeah, they're gonna say we need to do something about this.
And Stanter.
So keep us
Be done though. Because now they fear for their life, but now they got so much now, everybody got the same thing, they don't know how to survive. But the ones they been kicking to the curb, they know how to survive. So now they got to go ask them for help. That's why we saying how to get call the color blight, right? Right. They make it go, right?
Right.
Facts.
All right, what we got?
All right, so we on the next slide of August. All right, so on the 25th, a tail was observed on the comet, quote, Blue Star Kachina, end quote, for the first time. On the 27th through the 29th, Hurricane Idalia, which her name means behold the sun, a powerful Category 4 hurricane, caused serious damage across parts of the southeastern United States, especially North Florida, during the Atlantic hurricane season. Note the phonetic similarity of HEM's appellation, Adeloyi and Adalia. On the 28th, Sovereign Observance, Crown Day celebration, in parentheses, 28 August through 31st August, as we celebrate His Imperial Majesty. On the 30th, His Imperial Majesty introduced the first annual, quote, Emperor's Mix, end quote, live DJ composition, Emperor's, quote, Emperor's Vibe Live, yes, end quote. And we had a good time on Emperor's Vibe Live. That was awesome. All right. Quick note, Behold the Sun is just funny how they named this hurricane Idalia, and her name happens to mean behold the sun. Every time the Emperor says he's coming out, a hurricane comes, and he let us know that. So just every time, you know, certain moves he make, certain seats he has acquired, a hurricane has came with it. That's prophetic fulfillment in itself. And then the Kachina, they seen a comet, they seen a tail for the first time. We got wind that the sun blew the tail off, and it grew its tail back as well. So a lot has happened with this Kachina star coming into view, as well as, and we'll get there, you know, the whole prophecy behind the blue star Kachina, you know, at this point in time, ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle, and what comes along with this cycle. So very, very, very interesting in our travels. Any comments, questions on this particular slide?
No questions in the chat, nor YouTube.
Really?
I got a question. How important is the appearance of this blue star Kachina in our timeline?
Change every time, dog.
Yeah.
It's major important. It's something the natives of America prophesied hundreds of years ago that they seen clearly. And they said that after you see the blue Kachina, you shall see the red Kachina after that. Some say that's Nibiru. I'm here now, I kind of question that. Because I'm Thunderfire. And I got my own being. But far the galactical, when they talking about things coming in, well, that red got to be Nibiru. And last time I checked, they're in a certain vicinity that they got to do their job. But certain things like now happening, they already know about it got to take place. Come on, man. It came down and shined a ship came down and shined a light down on me and showed me the future. Why did y'all get out of that? I'm listening.
Yeah, you belong to the ship.
That everything changed.
That you have a connection to that
You have a
ship.
connection. And you have the connection and that foresight of prophecy.
Okay, I got all that. But they show you the future. So if they show you the future, that way they know the future. If they showed it to you, that way they know it. So they see the future, that may they can write you a book about something happening in the future because they already seen it.
Interesting.
It's like I told you about the space shuttle blowing up. Challenger. I didn't write you a book before it blew up. Would you have read it? This man done lost his mind. But as soon as it blew up, I guess you had 1 million cells, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Because you can't see the future accordingly. But they came and showed you the future clearly from a ship. Then they shine a light down on you. So think about the technology that this ship got to have to shine a light from a ship down on a human being and show it in the future. Not one word spoken. Take over your whole car, your whole being, everything. And you tell me you can defend something like that? Come on. Come on, if that's the case, they can come down and shine, they can do it to the whole world.
True.
In a blink of an eye, see?
Facts.
Very true.
Huh? Come on.
Yeah, that's very true.
Where else y'all gonna have a holiday, a crown day for, I give y'all 28, 29, 30, 4 days? 4-day holiday every year?
Yeah. 4 days. 4 days.
Interesting, right?
Yeah.
Very.
Yes.
Very.
That's technology.
Emperor, and then yeah, Atun Ray just asked, how far in the future did they show you?
He said what?
How far in the future did they show you? Atun Ray.
Oh, they just showed me that spaceship was blowing up. And I came back through. So that's all they meant to show me. So I've been seeing things in the future myself. But that's just on me growing.
Protector, you had any sighting, any experience since that time with that ship?
Nah, not nothing since then I can talk about. Not you mean connect as far as sin, yeah, a couple. But far that connection, it's just been different things happening to me on another level, outside of that, just showing you got that power, just so strange. You deal with people every day, humans and everything, some of them act like they ain't human. But but when something come close to you to harm you, it's like they told me in the prophecy, they gonna come in and clean it up. And then you might have thought back in the younger days, when, and you learn it happened instantly. So they so far ahead of us in that time warp, so I don't need nothing else help us. So let me get through this one first, See, I had enough headache talking about this one. Let me get through this journey first,
Right.
And when I say when I get on that shit, open them doors, don't look back now.
Don't look back. No look back.
You know you're gonna have 50% of them look back at it. They lost the girl, the cat, the dog, the fish, the mama, the daddy, the daughter. They looking back. Next thing you know, they right back with them. Like the saying. That's why you gave them prophecy. Don't look back to impel assault.
Yeah, what I'm about to say.
This thing turn up. You combust because the fire so hot.
Exactly.
That time to deal with it.
You vaporize.
Because you think about it, they give you all these experiences to show you the nation don't really give a damn about you. Look at all the people over in that flood all the people living the other week. How much belief they have in Allah. I mean, he didn't give them the courtesy to let them niggas know in the morning to get their asses up and get out of there. You feel me?
Right.
You know, come on. And he didn't give them the courtesy.
At all.
You had them after the king praying to Allah, why they getting punished? Like, damn. First of all, he don't warn you. Then you begging him for mercy. Like, wow, this religion got to go. But it's crazy. Ain't got nothing to do with Mother Nature.
At all. At all. Thank you, Protector.
Come on.
The hand raised in the chat. Lamar Lemons, you have your hands raised. You have the floor. Lemon.
Yes. Yeah, I was sitting here thinking, and before you guys brought the Emperor brought the subject of being of seeing the future, I was just thinking. You mentioned a 5-year timeline for us, and curious about your vision of it unfolding through the 5-year sight that you see Namas going into place. How you see all of this unfolding.
Oh, that y'all writing it up. You writing it up as they writing it up. You know, they started 31st August. Where we at right now? That's where it started at. That's the start of their 5-year window. Because everything is done now. So you couldn't say 5 years while going through this. So that's why I end this. Because you got a 5-year window you're working on. This annual was here is to keep the story, because as we get going further, your brain, that's why you need to have a docket. You feel me? Yeah. So that way you ain't got, then as you're moving forward, something come up cool, but you got to get everything docket. You know, from 28 to now. You feel me? January last year to now, and seeing everything and how you fit in, because it's a live ship. You feel me? So you got to see how you fit in. You know, so when you see little things like this, I die, you'll behold the sun, all that, Kachina, and it's showing up after I put my appointment out. So you people say, what that got to do with you? Well, because you are the incoming state. You are the incoming country state. Well, sovereign state / Slavic country / state coming in. It's already in, but you open up your wings to move your state. So when this stuff happened during that time, well, you can, as they say, perfect, because it's a changing of the guard, leaving one old to a new. The old guard is done. It's gonna go up in the Third World War. They done told you how that old guard gonna go out, and you agree to it. You paid into it, so you agree to it.
That's true.
So they already told you how it's going to end. But you never thought the day and time you be living when it's actually going to end. You thought you get that grace like your grandma and them. Go ahead and die and leave it to your youngest. So you living now, you getting ready to sit. It's your time. So now you got to see why you here. And why you got to be a part of this in your time. So whatever you did in your past, millions of years, you here for a reason. Other than that, why you got 8 billion niggas on the earth when you can't feed them?
8 billion.
Plus.
Yes.
And you can't feed them.
So the other part
what's the point of having 8 billion citizens on the earth? Tell me the point. Tell me the math. Tell me the logic behind it. Because you like to fuck?
Wait. Shit. Well, 8 billion, the reasoning.
What's wrong?
Thought.
I asked you, think you got 8 billion?
Well, that's when you go into characters of traits of societies, and
There you go, y'all.
We're in a chattel. We're in a chattel situation. What'd you say?
You go give another excuse.
Hey,
see, y'all,
they got us classified. They got us classified as chattel, and I've seen a.
That ain't got nothing to do with you. That ain't got nothing to do with you.
Okay. That is not why I called.
With having
I
8
respect
billion
that.
people on the earth. Nothing to do with you having 8 billion people on the earth, brother.
Well, you brought the question up, so I just thought about it. That's all.
Okay, but they ain't got. Why you need?
But let me
8
tell you.
billion people on earth.
Let me say what I called to say first, please. Can I do that?
Come on, man.
All right. So when you hear what is it? The title of the storm they call Adaya. What do they call it? Adaya. How did you say it?
Adaya.
Adaya. So I see what I see when I see that. I see you at the top, and those people are giving homage. The world is giving homage to you when they name. That's what I see.
Okay.
They recognize you.
All right. I'm being recognized, but to me, paying homage, I need warriors.
Well, I'm just saying.
We don't know what we're getting ready to face. The earth getting ready to face in a couple of years from foreign entities outside of our zone. And you ain't nowhere prepared.
Right.
As far as that worship, all that stuff, yeah, they know I don't get into all that. Just my title, who I am, that's cool. But I'm just on point. Why you got 500 billion citizens on Earth when you can't feed them? What's the purpose? What's the purpose? You can't get off of Earth. So why you got?
Well, we can't feed them.
Earth, you can't feed them.
We can feed them.
Listen, man. Take that conversation somewhere else, not on this call, because you can't feed 8 billion. You ain't got the land to feed them.
I'll take your word for it.
Listen, you got X amount of million people now starving. In your own country, you got over 2 million people that don't eat. So let's do some math. And you only got 330 million people in your country alone. And you got over 2 million people that don't eat. You got over 5 million people that don't, let's change. You got over 100 million people in your country that don't even have good water. So that's including us. 100 million, come on.
Yeah.
Your resources dry up real fast when you talk about 8 billion people on the planet.
Well, during COVID, the earth was healing itself by humans just slowing down and sitting still. So
man, what
I study. I kind of study. I do pay attention and study when you're putting together cities and ecosystems that can easily be done and cut back on a lot of floods and everything, just building an ecosystem that the original creeks and rivers and stop damming them off and not having codes where you put so much concrete on the ground where the water has nowhere to sit, and let the beavers do their job too. So that's I look into this stuff, and it's a calling for me as far as Mother Earth, healing Earth, and it's not that hard.
All right, so you do me a favor. Mother Earth is X amount of size. How many people do you think Mother Earth is supposed to have on it? Because
I am not qualified.
When you're building an ecosystem for a planet, the planetary size is relevant to the population. If you go beyond the population threshold, then I don't care what kind of resources you think you have. If you're using the planet's resources, you're going to run out. And if you can't go and explore on other worlds for more resources for the population explosion that you have on your planet, then dire consequences come with that. Somebody got to die.
Think about this for a second. Saudi Arabia in the desert is feeding their people and exporting now in the desert new technology. And it's not really new technology, but it's real, it's happening. It can be done over and over again. And I pay attention to it.
Good. I'm in tune with all that. What's going on in the world? I'm an emperor.
Yeah,
I
I know
told you
you.
before, you got
Yeah.
8 billion people that on the earth. Whatever you say, whatever you attempt to say, whatever you study, whatever they tell you to study, however figure they give your ass, you ain't gonna have nothing to come tell me that 8 billion people is on a planet, okay, that don't need to be here. Okay, you don't, you can, it don't even make sense to have 8 billion people. So you ain't got no control of your sex. That's why I said fucking whatever. You got away from me in that crazy shit you talking about. I'm like, the bottom line is fucking. You got to control people from fucking. They fucking too much. They just fucking. Having youngers everywhere you look. 8 billion people? Come on, man.
Right, you're not even talking about the
Come
animals.
with all this crap, talking about we gonna build this, they gonna do this. Nigga, stop fucking.
Well, I'm not qualified to say, and this is the first.
Just control your sex life, okay? And teach people to control their sex life and stop. You know, you don't need 10 kids. You know what I'm saying? You don't need 15 damn kids. Why you need so many damn kids? So you know what I'm saying? So you gotta look at it like, you know, oh, I love Earth, but why you got so many kids? Or why everybody having 10 kids now? 6 kids, 5 kids, you know what I'm saying? For what? To look at yourself over and over again? So you tell them you can't control your, listen, the old folk in the old day used to control childbirth by the woman having, what's it called? Ovulation. So they knew exactly when not to have sex and when to have sex. All right. So why happened to that policy? See, they came with birth control so you can go freaking wild. Now you living in since the 60s, you living in a mad world. So they lost all the concepts that their grandparents taught them on how to stay fertile, you know, without getting pregnant. So you control the population of the earth. So you get mad when the population of the earth come and take out 1 million. You get mad when I feel for them. They was in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying? So it can happen where you at. And your lights out immediately. And Earth is no joke. And so you think you give them all this authority and power to say they manipulate weather. You feel me? And they doing this with weather. They control this. They got this. They got that. Come on, man. Last time you looked at the universe, you see how small Earth is compared to the other planets and the sun, and you give them this much power to create a machine that can actually make the sun move or do things with the sun, and you actually believe that crap? I mean, you know, the Earth is going to clean itself up, and you come into that new zone with a coordinate, and then everybody's going to make the ship. So everybody think they're going to make the ship. They think they ain't Christ and Muhammad and everything, Muhammad and everything. They're going to make the ship, and then they die tomorrow. Well, then they make the damn ship, did it? But they've been preaching about making the ship. You can have some more niggas die tonight. You can have some more niggas die tomorrow, and the next day, and the damn next day. Did they make the ship? Did they get salvation? Did they been preaching all their damn life? No. They got a hope that somebody named Jesus or Mahdi or Buddha or somebody else came to save them from the damn self. Come on, man. Reality. So you got to know who you are. So when I say I'm an earth keeper, because we come to clean the earth up so that we know we'll never have this story again. It'll be written in our past because of what they did with the royal family. So all that stuff got to go over. So I'm saying, so I'm just being real with you. I'm a straight down, coming straight with you. I ain't no politician get out here and try to wean things out or got some damn teleprompter in front of me telling what I can and can't say. I ain't under their control.
True.
So I told you, fucking got you mad? Well, that's English. Learn your own damn language, you ain't got it. You can't curse in your message. So that's what I'm saying. Learn your language. You can't worry about being insulted about fucking all this kind of word. That's a demon language. But you're not a demon, right?
Well,
no, I love Jesus, man.
They said it would be the fire. They said it would be the fire.
All right, come on. What we got? You got to get some more study and catch up with us. That's why I put you in the when you get on, I'm put you in that newcomer, y'all get in that class, and y'all get caught up. If you get caught up with us.
Yeah.
It'll be all right.
That's right.
I
That's
see you
right.
fighting over there. I see you fighting yourself.
That's right.
That's all I get. That's all I can get right now, Emperor. All right, I got you.
We got a question
Thank
in
you.
question in the Zoom chat from Mayara. Asked when you were shown the future, was it as if you were looking through a peephole, or was it as clear as what's in
Clear
front
as the
of you?
day. Clear as the day. Like I was standing. I told you, look like I was standing over, like I was on the other side of a bay, and I was just standing there and just watching the whole thing, like I'm live, like I was standing there across the bay from it, and watched it completely go up and watched it blow up and looked at the seconds and knew everything right there. And then I came back through, and that's what I told Wally. I mean, say the brother was in the car with me. Well, I didn't speak to supposed his name now, but I told Wally and some more boys. And they went and told everybody around that town, Greensboro, about they had a prophet in town. They can predict the future. So that's when I got out of Greensboro. Because I was growing. And, so people, hardcore at the club. You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden you go to the club, he let you in free, give you free food every time you come, because he didn't hear who you is. Now he's trying to get favors from you. And you don't even fully understand who you is yet, you feel me? So you go back silent, get out of everybody's mindset, because they want something. They want something. That's all they do. That's all I seen. They want to steal energy. You feel me? It's all they hear. I be like, what you bringing? What, a headache? Or some fairy tale? You know what I'm saying? Outside that, don't try to break me or bring me down to that level, because I'm on that level. I don't care about your feelings. It ain't about your feelings. You know what I'm saying? So it's about the Mother Earth and the universe that's coming in, and I got a rule to come. And then my rule ain't going nowhere. So if I got a rule coming, ain't going nowhere. You think I'm gonna keep dealing with falsehood? You feel me? So I'm going through it for a reason. So let me enjoy this reason and don't get on my last nerve, so I can get to my point and get in my damn seat. But I'm cool though. That's why I be patient. I come down as a crown prince to play with y'all. But you gotta come up and play with me. You feel me?
So the second part of this question was,
I invite you to come in the gym, put your gloves on, so you can get to know me a little better. You feel me? Since you don't want to hear me, I can knock some damn sense in here. You feel me? Ain't no problem.
That's one of the best ways.
Give your girl a belt, head give, and you get out, bring it. So ain't no problem. All right, come on.
The second part of the question is, how much time passed when the vision was over?
What you mean by that? Because I came back through when it just like it was boom, boom. I mean, it's like probably 5 miles driving. And then I pulled into the rest area on 85 North. And when me and Wally got out arguing, talking, when he was arguing, I was doing my best to explain. Then we both like looking up at the same time and seeing this craft that's like, make sure we don't forget what the hell we looking at. And then all of a sudden it was like, took off. And he looked at me. He like trying to convince me, arguing that the United States of America has something like that. I'm like, bro, you done lost your mind. I done got out the Air Force. We ain't got nothing like that, dog. So it just happened instant. Then you right back, but now you got to deal with the aftermath. Okay, so when you go tell people you're excited, but then they look at you with death. But the boy that died was from A&T, right near. So first black man, they all hyping in it. They get it. Then you've seen it before it happened. Well, you're still, you brought, now you know what I'm saying? So you got to go through the aftermath. So then you learn, like, you don't tell everybody everything that happened to you. Certain few, because you see the response that you get, and it's always negative. So it's, so you don't, so during them days you asking questions, why is all this stuff happening? Now you know why, because who you were, and nobody else can see who you were, but you was who you is. I am who I am. So I got some more going through them right now. I had a couple of last couple of days out at the ocean, so every day, like I said, every breath. So that's much way I had to grow into it when I said I was getting to my seat. moving from all that I came from to finally realizing who I am, and then having 500 some days, 580 days. What we got now? 580 and 30 is what? 610. And we day what day?
15, 614.
Yeah, since 14. So since 14 days, I've been growing to my seat of 58 plus 2 years of life. So you got to see I'm developing. It ain't nothing gonna happen overnight. So it's something you got to grow into. Light ain't going nowhere, but you got a whole lot of residue, you know, that you got, that, you know, and you got so many coming at you, putting private thoughts in your damn your brain, and you got to deal with that. Telling why you even allowing it into your brain membrane. You feel me? So you got to have people come to you without a project mentality that want to run a damn ship, because all that project mentality ain't working damn with welfare. You know, always trying to hustle some damn body. You know, and I've been through that. I grew up with it. Now you know why. So you need straight up. If you can come from a project mentality, you got to be able to let that shit go to be able to grow into your full being. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't got no problem. I deal with you, but you got to be able to let that stuff go. If you ain't letting it go, why you messing with me? Because you ain't getting no more headache. You couldn't meet with that crap. You feel me? Because they want you to have emotion. You say, I don't got time to, I ain't no emotional brother. You find sister, I ain't got that, whatever. I'm straightforward because you knew what you would do before you did it. It's just you keep lying to your damn self. Now you want me to be a part of that madness. And I refuse. That makes sense?
Perfect. We have a hand
Makes
raised.
sense.
Have a raised up.
Come on.
That's deep. You have your hand raised. You have the floor.
Emperor Sambu Amini Ray Adaloye, Sock Deep Bay. Us going forward, the new brothers and sisters coming in as the new Namas coming in. How do we need to go forward dealing with our close relatives that still believe in religion? So should we just completely cut them off, or how do you recommend we deal with them?
Well, it's don't let your left hand know what your right hand doing. You remember that one?
Right.
You can only you know where they came from, where they're going, but they don't have a clue about you because they stuck. Well, that's a lesson you got to learn, because now you got to deal with them at that level and keep them there. Because if you take them out that level, you got a headache or you got an argument. So when they attempt to get on your nerve to take you out that level, you got to be smart enough and just keep going, because that's that mentality they got. It's jealous. See, they want you to believe in their God because they believe that God come and save them. When you don't want their God to save you because he don't exist, they get jealous. So you know they jealous because you able to step away from that. And but they believe in this boy Jesus and to the wholeheartedly, and you like sticking to your imagination. You ain't got no feeling for it. So that's jealous because you ain't suffering. They're suffering. So so you just got to know your left hand and the right hand like I do. And I deal with my brother, I deal with level, he can only go so far. I keep him right at that level. He try to go to other place. They don't need you get. I got some Advil, they don't need you getting his headache. You feel me? Because their attention span is right there. And they did that about 20, 30 years ago, where they lock you into the church and lock that payment down on you, tithes. You know what I'm saying? They've been locking it down every day. So to keep you right into that court you in. And if you don't step into that court, you got how many Jesus Christ courts you got here? You got 300 million people in America, you got 300 million people in courts. So every day I'm taking Jesus on another level. It all work for him. Then you say something against him, curse you in the name of Jesus, or protect you in the name. All that's voodoo. Or voodoo. But they say they don't believe witchcraft, right? So you just knowing the truth, knowing who you is, will eliminate that until, because that's what we got to move away from. And that's what we're doing. But we ain't moving as fast as you want to move, evidently, because there's something there you got to get before you get to where you got to go. And you're not getting it, so you got to get it so you can let it go. Once you let it go, it ain't coming back no more. That's when you look in the mirror and say, I'm riding around the wrong. And know you're right and know you're wrong. And that way, You ain't got to deal with them. But you got to, until you move on. Because that's why I had to come out through what I'm going through right now. You asked that question. One of my old heads said, you know, before you finally come out, you got to go back to your family. So that was me going last year, came to my own mom and said, nah, you know what I'm saying? Then dealing with your immediate family on a certain level you grew up with them on. So, you feel me? So that's what we had on that.
How did you go and deal with your mother? Because that's what amazing.
I just said, well, my mom went back in 08 when I was doing things with the government. But see, I dealt with her just on another level because she was dealing with JW. You know what I'm saying? She was dealing with JW, you know. So dealing with JW folk, you gotta be sensitive with them. You know JW though.
Right, I know what you mean.
All right. You gotta know what are you talking about JW? Chill with it.
Right, I know what you mean.
Just make sure about that.
I pretty much completely cut off my family because they just stuck on religion. They taking COVID. Excuse me. They just lost.
Well, why don't you bring it to light? That could be your, like Tom said. Don't gather yourself. Gather yourself first, and then go back and gather your brother. Become a brother's keeper. So you know, it's like now. It's like my brother. Okay, that's my brother. Even though we went through what we went on our seventh path, but when he called, I thought I seen him last night. He on his level, on my level, but he's still my brother. You feel me? So I can, you know, when we get to a certain level, like he asked me about, you know, he asked me about my niece, and I said, you know, when I'm gonna go by and see her, I said, I'm dealing with them folks. He said, well, that's your niece. I said, yeah, but that's I'm her uncle too. You feel me? He said, okay, don't leave that one alone. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
All right, so when you gonna be ready to holler at me? You feel me? So you just gotta stay straight. You know, so, you know, you ain't playing games with your family because you know your family have a certain, like you said, mindset, and they, you know, that's a serious spell they got going on. You know what I'm saying? You know, you see them folk just falling all over the damn mountain on the waterfall, one after the other, believing that at the end of that waterfall they're gonna find Jesus. In that waterfall they're gonna find some water, and they don't know how deep it is. And if it's shallow water, they're gonna find some damn rocks. You feel me?
Right.
So, and Jesus ain't gonna be able to catch their ass, all right?
Right.
Oh, let's say when that boy, what was his name? What's that boy name? We cracked up back in the day, Billy Graham. They talking about all the angels and stuff coming. He was on stage, man. And he fainted. I said, what were the angels? They didn't catch him. My mama like slapped that out of me. She said, boy. She said, boy, you had me cracking up. Like, dang, what the angels at? You know, he talking about these angels and all that. He going to heaven. He standing on stage and bam. Like, me telling the angels didn't catch him. But anyway, that's me. What else we got? Anybody else?
How you thinking?
But you just got to deal with them, bro. You feel me? You know, it'll get better before it get worse. But just lead them on that madness, because if you know what they know, like me, I went through that school. So when they speak, you know they ain't never read a book. You can go home sometimes. You got people say they're Christian, they ain't touched the Bible in 15 years, but they still a Christian. So they just dumb. So like we call African American, you know, and they don't want to know the truth. So you trying to force yourself to give them the truth, that's a lot of energy, bro. And that you don't need to give because they ain't listening. If you find, you know, put it this way, I'm gonna give you this before we get off. Okay, look at it this way. This is what they told me. They told me to go find 1 in a million that know who you is, what I'm doing, what we going. So find 1 in a million. See what I'm saying? So you go through all these people, and they ain't even been through 1 million people yet. You feel me? But when I open up, I got, you know, we got on the shit we got on there. And I said, okay, that's what we got. That's what we pulled in. That's cool for the first leg. But he told me to find 1 in a million. See what I'm saying? So if you found 1 in a million, you did your job. So if that 1 in a million ain't your family, it ain't meant for them. You that one seed that the ancestors said would come in one day to save the bloodline. You started to get me?
Right, I received that. I take that responsibility.
Yeah, because that back in the day, you had 10, 11 kids, in the slavery in there because the way the slave masters were treating the African American. You feel me? So they figured they had 11 kids, but 8, 9 to die. Well, at least 3 will keep living to keep the bloodline going. You feel me? Y'all didn't know where they were having so many damn kids back then? You thought they was like screwing? No, they were trying to keep their bloodline straight. But they were getting killed every day, hung up, stretched out, dead. Open up the door. Somebody knocking on the door. Open up the door. Boom shot, double shot, blow you away. Come on. They don't never write them in the books.
Right.
So there wasn't no law. No such thing as law back then, the way you look at it now. Come on, the judge passed something to kill every Moor. By the time the Moors found out, about half of them, 3/4 of them dead. You feel me? That makes sense to you?
That make a lot of sense. That happens today.
Right.
All right, y'all. Where we at?
The last slide of August. You want to go ahead and go through this last slide? And
no, we're going to have a final call tomorrow night. How about that?
Yeah. All right.
We got a final call. I got to close it out with something else, too. So they won't be just this in September. So that we're going to have, we can do it tomorrow night. We can do one more. It's in the 5th week anyway. So we got that straight. All right. So it's all happening. So we can finalize this Royal Annual. Woo, it's been a journey, right?
It's been a journey. Beautiful journey.
Yes, it is.
Beautiful journey.
Just getting started, right?
Just getting started. Not even the tip of the iceberg yet, detective.
Wonderful.
We hit crawling level, 31st right here. That's what I said. We just started our 5-year right here. Our first 5 year. And then after that, we'll be on record. And then we have 10 year, you know what I'm saying? 10, 20, 50, 100 year plans. But right now we're working on a 5-year plan. We straight? Everybody straight? No more answers? No more questions, brother?
No more questions in the chat, Emperor, in either the chat.
Yeah, they're gonna let me out. They're gonna let me out easy tonight. Oh, it's 8:38. 1 week.
One hand raised in the cash. Aaron, do you want to check? Hand raised at the front.
Something like with magic.
Hey,
His Imperial Majesty.
What's that?
Sample with Mini Ray. Quote Adelo Ye. I was just thinking while you were speaking about I guess we can close out on this one. You were talking about when you pick your parents, when you were speaking about a while back about you pick your parents and also
choose your parent.
Remembering the future. I actually came up with a technique during my research where I learned how to actually remember the future, just from studying lessons. And what you said about the quanta, I learned something about how to remember the future by studying what the definition of quanta or quantum or like quantum physics. When you go inside of the world of the quanta, it actually, there is no time there. Past, present, and future really don't exist. Things just appear.
That's why they have issues. That's why they have issues right now. Because the sign that you've seen in our 70 week that's in the skies, that sign happened last year. The same exact thing. So they got all the scientists all confused because they like that happened last year. How did the same thing happen again this year? Only difference is this year you got a Kachina and you got that child what do they call it? Astro? Something dealing with the child, the astro that's passing through the womb of the virgin, and they got everything else but that this year. You feel me? So what was the name of that child, Astro, y'all?
Child.
What was it?
It was called Child.
Not familiar.
Child, yeah, the Astro called Child.
Yeah,
right. So
called Child.
Yeah, so you see, so so that's where I was at with that, following up with you. in what you were saying, but go ahead and finish what you're saying.
Well,
I didn't see the crown yet. Right?
through my research, I like I said, I came up with a technique on how to remember the future by using quantum science. And because in the dimension of quanta, like when you're going at it from a astrophysics, when you're looking at it from an astrophysics condition or position, you realize that there is no time when you enter the world of the quanta. You know, first dimension, second dimension, third dimension, fourth dimension. Quanta is fourth, you know, but that's the fourth. It's like the fourth level down. And then when you look at it from the world perspective, it's the fourth dimension is time. And time actually coincides with the mind, you know. And so I was just playing with high explosives in my brain on that. And I actually came up with the technique that you remember the future by remembering the plans that you make in the present. What you think about that, Emperor Protector?
Well, you got to live for the future. So you can't go in the past. So you got to live in the future. But if you got that technique, I mean, is it working? I mean, let me know. If you're able to use it properly, you know, to calm yourself down, because that's letting me know you're getting real deep into your breath. You deal with your chakras, you know what I mean?
And by the way, your docs are helping me bring a lot of this stuff out too, because a lot of the stuff that I'm reading out of your docs are actually stuff that I already was kind of, you know, thinking about already. But you writing it out the way you wrote it, it kind of like brings it all the way out, you know. So Nama culture is that's where it's at. You know, the Nama culture is, if it's helping me to bring out stuff, things that's really already inside of me through understanding quanta and quantum mechanics, quantum physics, you know, and quantum dimension, quantum language, you know, and a quantum court, you know, you can't beat that.
Yeah, well, you know, hey, you know something about quantum court. You kind of cracked me up. You said quantum court. That's just a fact. I give it to you on that end. Well, yeah, I was looking at some of these pictures and put this damn picture in. What the hell was that? Why can't you do this?
You didn't know that one was there, Protector?
No, I didn't know that was in there. What was that? What beach were we on that day walking? I knew it was cold as hell out there. I know that much. I don't remember that. We was in January 2020. Yeah. Oh, that was Polly Island. That was down in South Carolina, Polly Island.
It says January 13th, 11 a.m.
Yeah, it was Polly Island. If you walk with me, because I had to, yeah, that was, yeah. All right, Buckeye Ray. It's the first year anniversary of my grandma at school. All right, what else we got? It's at Beach in South Carolina, right? Yeah, you're right there. Polly Island, South Carolina. I told you I was there. Now go back one. That was, well, on the way Bush, the last Bush that ran for the president, he was the one that was pushing for Puerto Rico to become the 51st state, is because of the flag law. Let's get this straight, okay? The 48 years where the 50-star flag has outlived the 48-star flag. So where they've been hiding the gold is hiding behind the flag. So before I came and got the gold back, or well, Fisher got it back, they was trying to hide the gold to make Puerto Rico the 51st state, because then the 50-star flag would be held as the gold flag. But the 48-star flag was the gold, you know, under the last sovereignty. So the 50-star flag had to outlive the 48-star flag. So during Bush era, he said if he become president, he will recommend Puerto Rico become the 51st state. I said because the time for the gold is running, I ran out, and they got to be able to dock that gold to survive. Okay, so that's why they were trying to bring the 51st state in, because the 48 star flag. So you see I canceled out. It never went to the 50 star flag. Puerto Rico never came to 51st state because I claimed the 48 star flag with the gold, and they ain't got to move. That's why you seen Trump mad at Cuba after Obama and the Pope solidified that contract. They don't need to be mad because I came back at what? The same plaque that Drew Lee got in 1929 as owner of the damn land. So they don't need you arguing no more. But then this boy, Trump boy, came in with his, racism and trying to hold the state back some more to this day. But they needed you putting that old thing on top of Cuba in the more, because I got the plaque back. So that's why the 48 star and this Puerto Rico act, their opinion trying to be statehood, is because they were trying to hide the gold. They always got to meet for everything. So why they just want to do it now? They should have did that shit in the 70s. You know what I'm saying? They should have did it when what was the last state? Alaska. Which one was the last state? Hawaii or Alaska? Which one?
Hawaii. Which one
last one become part of the United States?
I think it was Alaska.
Alaska, okay, when Puerto Rico should be right after that. You feel me? So why they coming up now and attempting to do it? Make sense to you now? I be moving so much on these calls, so I be, look, I kind of miss little things. You see them going back through, I'm like, wait a minute, what's this? You feel me? So we'll scan down tomorrow, make sure we get everything updated, all right, to where we at, okay? And I make sure I'm on here with everybody, all right? I'm finally settled, so we can have a good close out tomorrow.
Just for the record.
Huh?
Hawaii is the last state, for the record.
State, okay, cool. Well, Puerto Rico should have been the next one. So how long ago, when did Hawaii become?
1959.
49? If I say why now? You feel me?
59.
59? Okay, so why now still? You feel me? Why now? 59? They should have been did it. Why they doing it right now all of a sudden?
Alaska joined in 59 too, but it joined before Hawaii. So Alaska
okay.
49th, and then Hawaii.
Last scene you already won, right?
Yep.
Got it. You see, so why they all of a sudden gonna be the 51st state? Started getting right. It's dealing with that 100 million in gold. And I know y'all tripping, right? Yeah, it's all about the gold. Wow. All right, that's it. It's all about the gold.
That's really behind the scenes, isn't it?
Behind the scenes, dog, land and gold. It's like now you got land. You can write off your land. You ain't gotta use nothing else. Right off your damn land. They using it. You can write off of it. They getting everything out your land. Well, you can't write off of it. It's value, right? Y'all like that one, didn't you?
Yes.
All right, so let's end this for tonight, because I just got in and I've got a lot of stuff to get caught up. And I appreciate y'all continuing this. We thought we were going to end it at the beach. That's why when big travel came. We want to end it at the ocean. But y'all see, it's longer than we thought we were going to go through all these slides in 3 days. I told them back in the day, 3 days. They said, yeah. Sure, 3 days? Yeah. Okay. But I know at the end of my, end of the writing this journey up, to sign this raw annuals for the recording service. And then if we got to update, it'd be part 1. You know what I'm saying? Or part 2. It's part 1 here. So it'd be part 2. And if we got to add anything in there, I think y'all did pretty good. There's a couple little corrections. That ain't that bad. But y'all did a good job. And you did it live for people watching you. So it ain't like you got no stalemate government where you got to listen to some, oh, y'all got to hear this one, right? So we were down this beach, right? Virginia Beach. We were traveling yesterday, right? Went to the fish restaurant to eat, right? So we get ready to go in. It says self-serve, right? So they got this picture, it said handicap, right? And they had posted buy a picture on the handicap. And that was just if you were seeing it, you was just frightened up, y'all got to be kidding. This, whoever run this restaurant is tripping, you know what I mean? So I thought I'd give y'all that before laugh before we end for the night. So
got one for you tomorrow, Protector.
you got one for me tonight or tomorrow?
Yeah, for tonight. Tomorrow will be the 8th day of this whole, from the 28th to, well, tomorrow will be the 5th. So yeah, that'll be 8 days.
Really?
On the 8th day. Yep. Like I said, we can't make it up. I just want to double check.
I was looking at another number, 28. No, I think they're dealing with numerology. I'll tell you about it tomorrow.
All right, cool.
But we go ahead and close out tonight, okay?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, them witches are absolute party. See that?
I want to thank everybody for allowing me.
Big time. Yeah, big time. They've been dead for some 100 years, right?
Yeah.
And their family's scared to recognize because they be crucified. So they got this partner all up on their walls now, right? Don't even know nothing about me. Well, why did they partner the witches? Why? I've been living in fear for 100 years. I'm cool, man. Come on, let's end this thing.
Thank you all for allowing me to be your reader for this evening.
Good
Again,
job.
Jar Ray. I will yield the floor to our host to take us on out of here. Salam alaikum with magic, family.
I know y'all didn't put homie in there. Y'all pressed the fly. Just see homie. Oh, y'all characters. Come on, what you got? Come on, Donald Wolf.
All right. In closing, we would like to thank the universal traveler, a dweller, the absolute royal sovereign, his imperial majesty, Emperor, Sam Hu, a mini Ray, quote, Ade Lo Yi, end quote. And we would like to thank her imperial royal Princess Huhaika Samson-L. Moreover, gratitude to all of our imperial dynamic readers, gratitude to all the Nama nationals working behind the scenes, and our viewing audience for their attendance and participation. Be certain to mark your calendars for tomorrow, 5 October 2023 at 1700, 5 p.m. EST, for the continuation of the 70 plus 7 plus 5 week prophecy of his imperial majesty's journey. With that, we say salam alaikum with magic, and may the dweller be with you, divine beings.
Salam alaikum with magic.
Salam alaikum with magic.
Salam alaikum with magic.
Princess.
Salam alaikum
family.
magic. Alaikum with magic.
Salam alaikum with magic.
Salam alaikum magic. Peace. See you tomorrow.
Salam alaikum with magic.
May I continue being a dweller, a universe traveler, the dweller that's emperor. Sam who admitted that. Quote. Ade Lo Yi, end quote. All right. Let's get this thing
Smiley
going,
face.